everybody. It is 6 o'clock. It is Friday night, and that means it is time for Dragons and Things. Calm down, Ben.
I'm sorry.
Calm down.
I've just been waiting.
Every time you yell, your head gets a little brighter.
Oh.
Reflects light. I don't know where I was going with that. Nowhere, really. We're here to play Pathfinder. We have a very special guest on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
Replacing Eric Raddick is Jackson Raddick. He's going to be the lead. No, you need to keep him, like, you know, situated. Oh, okay. So you're just here managing. Okay. You're here as you manage Jackson. You're his handler. Jackson is going to be here with us, saying hi to everybody. It was his birthday last week.
Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Like,
over here, buddy.
Look at the camera.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Can you give the people what they want and say dragon baggin'?
Go dragon back in.
1, 2, 3.
Dragon baggin'!
Good times. Good times. You're already doing better than your dad usually does. Boom! Got him. Yeah. Love making people feel good here on Dragons and Things. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to say some important things. Like, you know, we've got something like a... We're doing prizes. What are our prizes today? Because we didn't really announce what our prizes were going to be this week.
Wait, there's prizes too?
Yeah, we do prizes every single week. We're going to do prizes again this week.
Sure are. And those are...
We're going to talk about those later.
Cool.
So, you know, as usual.
We're going to tell you about those after the break.
That's right. We are going to tell you all about them after the break. All you got to do to win those prizes is share this episode on Twitter. There's already a hashtag included in the share that we track. So just click the buttons. It's so easy. It's as easy as picking out a prize out of a huge box of prizes. You know, can't get it more easy. What else we got going on? Dogmite is partnering up with us this month. So every 500 bits that you cheer throughout the entire month of January is getting you an entry into the Dogmite giveaway.
I'm sorry, just 500 bits?
500 bits. It's an entry, and then we're going to draw out of everybody who has done so. In the first week of whatever month comes after this one. I think there's like an F in it. I don't know. February, that's the one. This is the box that we are giving away. It's beautiful. Beautiful box.
Well, what if I just gave you a bunch of bits? Can I have it then?
That's not how drawings work, but it would certainly increase your chances of me just giving you the box if you were eligible to win, but you're a cast member, so you get nothing. Only our fine viewers could possibly win such an amazing prize. And this is, again, courtesy of Dogmite. We have more awesome giveaways coming from them in future months, so even if you don't win this beautiful box, don't give up hope. There's always hope. Always. We do have one other special guest in the studio with us. In our studio with us tonight, it is Mr. Brian Summers.
When I'm here, it becomes a studio.
Yes, that is true. As you can see by the fine trash can upon which the laptop you're using sits.
I've been in worse studios.
But the main thing that we're here to do tonight is to play Pathfinder. Now, before I recap what happened last week, before I intro to tonight's adventure, we have a special adventure, a special birthday adventure for Jackson. Jackson, Jack the Barbarian.
That's the gym.
Sure.
Do you wanna hear a Dragons and Things story, Jack? Yeah? All right, Jack. Over here, bud. You are riding across the field on your horse. What's your horse's name?
I want to call him Jackson.
Jackson is riding Jackson the horse. Fantastic. I love it already. You are riding across the field, and in the distance you see a figure a figure in the distance. As you get closer, you can see that it is actually several figures. 3 smaller ones surrounding a big, tall man with a bare chest and long flowing hair. You recognize Krag the Barbarian, and he is beset by bad guys. What do you do, Jack? There's bad guys, and they're getting Krag.
You gonna help them, or you gonna watch?
You want to just help the little guys and defeat Krag?
I want to fight them.
You want to fight them? Yes! So you
gonna
charge
fight
in. Jackson charges in on
like-
Jackson the horse.
He's like Oprah Winfrey
There's other
watching
things over
himself.
here that are
He's like Oprah watching
way
himself.
more
on the-
important.
It's a cartoon.
Here, look here.
You ready?
So, what do you do now that you're gonna fight bad guys?
You
got
charge
Jim.
towards the first bad guy on your horse. What weapon are you using? Your hammer or your bow?
My bow.
You shoot him with your bow. Awesome. Go ahead and roll the die.
Here.
Roll it in the box.
Get Jack.
Now what number It's a is
8.
that? You got 8.
8? I don't know. He rolled again. What was your reroll?
No, his roll was an 8.
Oh, his roll was an 8. Okay, you fire your arrow, and it goes sailing over the bad guy's head. Oh no, you
Oh, no,
missed,
you
but then you get
missed.
right up next to the bad guy and pull out your hammer.
Oh.
Just roll again.
Roll again. Roll
Swing
again.
with your hammer.
What is it now? You gotta roar.
Can you roar?
Can you be happy? Don't look at that screen. Nobody cares about that cartoon. Nobody cares about the cartoon.
Why can we not watch?
Because it's behind us. See, look. It's behind us. There.
We learned it. No, it's bigger.
Jack, so
We
you
have to
just
make a
rolled,
big
listen,
roar.
you just rolled the best number you can in the game. Are you excited?
Now you have to teach
He's like,
Dad how to
it's
do
like
that.
I'd rather watch the cartoon. So you swing down with your hammer and squash the bad guy's head, and it explodes all over the place.
Squishy bad guy head.
The rest of the bad guys run away in fear.
Whoa.
And you have saved Krag.
Saved
You saved Krag, Jack.
You saved me.
Yay!
Thank you. What's your name? Oh, you're.
He's getting shy now.
Yeah.
He's a shy
Good
barbarian.
job, Jack.
Was that a good story?
Good job, Jack.
Was that a
did
good
it,
story?
Jack.
Yay!
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 That was fun.
You want to thank? What? That's
Get the
winning
victory
music.
music.
That means you won, Jack.
You want to tell Jim thank you?
I want to go off and
He's like, no, I don't really
You're
want
what
to.
now?
So I have other more important things to worry about.
Okay. Okay. We'll see you later. I'll see you later.
Great having you
Bye,
here.
Jack. Thanks for hanging
Can you
out.
tell Jim thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem,
And I'm
buddy.
on camera too.
Boo, get off the camera. You're not part of the show.
There we go, watching microphones, watching feet.
Bye, little Jack.
Here we
Bye,
go.
Jack. Bye, Jack.
Have a good night,
Jack.
buddy.
Have fun at your
See you
party tomorrow.
Party.
Let's go get in and see Mom.
I told you Lord Marcus was here. And he took the
That's
he took
right,
the
Invisible
child.
Marcus.
He took
Is that
he
his?
took a child.
That's standard. All right, guys.
Children.
So I guess we'll
4.
recap a little bit of what
That's 4.
happened last week. We'll intro tonight's adventure, and then I'll let you guys run wild all over the place.
Just
let you
everywhere.
guys just go wild, go hog wild tonight. Whatever you want. Sky's the limit.
we run wild. Die.
We just run wild.
Just
Done
run
that
wild.
before, really bad.
We're not gonna die. We're gonna turn into.
You gonna die.
When last we met, the Krag Krew was reunited with their long-lost knight, Sir Quigley. But he hadn't come to sit around all day with his hand down Krag's loincloth. No, he'd come to rally his friends for a new quest, one that would take them to the distant Republic of Soaring, where lawlessness... I don't have to wait.
Was that a Freudian slip? What did you say?
We have some pronoun problems there.
What? Okay. I don't see a problem with anything that I just said. It's all perfectly fine.
It's written down.
Of course it is.
I lost my place. He'd come to rally his friends for a new quest, one that would take them to the distant Republic of Soaring, where lawlessness reigned. In this frontier land, a pack of werewolves had risen, splitting their victims into 2 categories, those strong enough to join the hunt, and those who would become the hunted. To aid in tracking down these monstrous beasts, the Krag Krew brought Kimbleton along, who was happy enough to get back out on the road. The companions all made their way eastward, and when they crossed the border into Soaring, they saw that Sir Quigley's fears were justified. The first thing they encountered was a camp of ogres that had been savagely torn apart and left for the crows. Their search of the area was interrupted by a tremendous beast, seemingly born from several different animals all fused together, that knocked full-grown trees aside like snapping matchsticks. This terrible creature was brought down by the Krag Krew, but it was no easy feat, as its thick hide was tough to pierce and its wounds closed with unnatural speed even after it was brought to the brink of death. After their fight, the companions found the town of Breem, but they did not find a warm reception. They were met with hostility and fear as the townsfolk had suffered disappearances and bloody murders, no doubt at the claws of the werewolves themselves. In the town square, they met a condemned criminal, Geralt Overbright. He claimed to be part of an outlaw crew that had been taken over by the werewolves, and offered to tell the heroes where the hideout was if they would retrieve a secret stash of items he'd hidden out in the woods for himself so that he could make his escape. Quigley was torn. His mission was to protect the townsfolk, but he could not justify breaking the law to do it. But the next morning, you all came upon a grisly scene. In the night, an entire family had been chased from their home and brutally killed. The entire town was in shock by the horrific scene, and when Quigley tried to assure them that he would help bring the wolves to justice, the crowd nearly turned on him, suspecting the newcomers of being werewolves themselves. As accusations begin to fly and tensions mount within the town, it's becoming all too apparent that if something doesn't give, more blood is going to flow. What do you do?
Read comments.
That was beautifully poetic, Jim Jam.
Yeah,
Thank
his
you.
hand in my pants. What? His hand in my
I know what I
loincloth?
said, Krag.
How dare you?
How dare you?
I'm really glad that he went back in the house and didn't have to hear that nonsense.
We've never claimed to be a kid-friendly show.
This is true. Some kids do watch, though.
Pixar.
I mean, the real POTUS 98 says, "Hey kids, what time is it?"
It's time to go to bed so adults can watch Dragons and Things.
Kuragari says, "Woo! It's that time!"
It is that time.
Kevin Alexander says, "Watching my kids play the floor is lava." We just had this conversation at dinner. While watching the cast play with fire. Doesn't get much better than this.
No, it does not.
We were talking about wanting to play lava. Right?
Yes, we were. That is
We
very
all
true.
Can make sure
really
everybody-
want to play it.
I wasn't in that conversation.
Oh, well, you would be...
I was
It's Lucas
still
Martinez says,
driving.
"Little Craig shirt." Aww.
Scott Denuso says they won't let Ben play any reindeer games
'Cause of the-
because of my
yeah.
beaming head. Mhm.
Yeah.
I get it. Very funny.
Chase Doll says, "What is this? This is hilarious." Is he talking about the video in the beginning?
Probably.
sure. Charles.
Just the show in general.
Oh, the
The whole thing.
Charles, I miss you.
Kuragari says a mighty barbarian prince would name his horse after himself proudly.
It's true. It's true.
Very true.
So
Very
cute. It's
true.
Lucas Martinez says the Jackal is on the #1 Pathfinder stream on Twitch.
That's right.
Trill Surge said, "Oh my, I want that. It looks amazing." The box, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the child.
It's pretty
You can't have Jeff. He's mine.
Kuragari says this is the cutest and best thing ever.
Obviously referring to me.
Oh.
Because when I make an appearance.
All right. Scott
It
Denison
wasn't
says
you.
already rolls better than his dad.
I'm in for
He
life
rolls
says.
better than all of us.
I'm in for life says. Now that Jackson's carried off, shoe throw. He's right.
Shoot throw.
Now I
show
feel better.
off.
Oh, jeez, sorry guys.
Silent H
Right
says.
in the face.
Silent H says, "I made it! First live show in 2 months!"
Oh!
Hey,
wow.
good to see you back.
Congratulations
We're
to
glad
be
you're here.
back.
Man.
We have more, we swear. We're just picking, I guess. I'm in for lives. Oh,
No, please go right ahead.
no.
No,
You
go.
have a
you're
better
going now.
Do yours.
voice.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I just wanted to say that we have quite a lot of activity as far as cheering goes, and I think we need to bring Jackal back if we want to fund the show. Because take a look at this. During his episode, during his moment, we have the real POTUS resubscribing for the 11th month.
Wow.
Trill Surge resubscribing for the 11th month. Scott Denuso cheering 10 bits. Sarah BC1 cheering 500 bits.
Oh!
$500.
Kitsu723 cheering 100 bits saying huzzah for Jackal.
Yes.
Snake Eyes 0820 cheering 1,550 bits. Farash cheering 2,000 bits saying yay for Jackal rescuing Krag. Silent H cheering 100 bits. Farosh donating $30.
Straight up dollars.
Remember,
to give.
every time you cheer, you get to hear my voice, and if that's not a reason to donate, I don't know what is.
Wow, look at all the stuff we just got.
No.
There's a lot of things we just
that's
got.
what happens when Faraj starts
So-
cheering.
Tobias!
It's Lucas Martinez says, I'm not doing that fan art. Referring to that, Jim.
Yeah, please.
Really got you with that one.
You
You
really
guys
did.
really did a double
At
take
least
on
you know
that.
they were listening.
Real Potters 98 says, Tobias is up. Huzzah!
Huzzah.
We are also being hosted by official Paizo, so
Hooray!
thank you, Paizo.
Paizo.
We love you guys.
Duchess of Dino says, I just noticed Kimbleton is wearing a Marcus shirt in Marcus's spot.
Marcus is
Adam-
always with us.
Adam represents Adam. That's what we do.
Sir BC1, happy Dad Day, everyone.
Happy that
Happy that day.
day.
Luna
Sarah.
Steel song.
Indie
Hey,
reasons.
Dat family.
Hello.
Real Potters 98 says, happy birthday, Alexander Hamilton.
But it's also your
Woo!
birthday.
It is
Guess
also-
whose birthday it is?
Happy birthday,
This
Krag!
guy!
Happy birthday to Krag. Happy birthday, Sir Krag.
Groupon!
Yay, Groupon!
Yay! Don't you wish you were over here, Jim?
Nah.
Oh, don't pet
Yes,
me.
he does.
Don't-
Maybe we should wait.
Don't.
No, he gets over you.
I'm okay being physically far away from
Real
you.
Potters
honestly,
98 says,
I-
yes, studio voice tour de farce.
Honestly, I
Got
think
him.
that
Very much.
to celebrate your birthday, you should send some cheers his way. Because that would be awesome.
What I'm wondering is, what did Lady Lyra do for Sir Krag on his birthday?
When is Craig's birthday?
Today.
What are you...
Oh.
No.
This is... So, Ben brought me a flower.
Mrs. Quigley as well.
Lyra.
I was thinking it's
Gave it
from you.
to him, too.
Because it would have been like... You gave me a flower, and you probably gave her a flower once in her life, too. So we're like
What?
equal now, right?
He still needs
But
to work
you're-
on that, doesn't he?
I didn't get any flowers this week.
Wow.
That was
But
a one
Thank you,
Eric
Bertus.
did.
Wow.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Sir Krag.
Duchess of Diners wants to know, is Krag the big 40?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Next time.
He's in show
Next time.
business. It's
Next
illegal
That's
to
the
time,
tell
next
him.
time.
Natasha.
We'll
next
get there
time.
next
That's the next one.
That'll be a
Can't
fun
wait.
celebration.
I just want to send also some love and hugs to Corinne. Corinne, I love you so much, and I'm so sorry. Oh. Photocavallo Corinne says, my favorite day of the week, especially this week. We love you.
Yes.
We all love you.
I also love Corinne.
And one more thing.
Yes.
There is a Bitbox Battle Boss.
What?
I don't know if you've noticed that.
Kevin Alexander has resubscribed for 11 months.
Nice.
Kirigari has resubscribed for 11 months. Executive Bubbles has resubscribed for
love
11
that.
months. Luna Steel Song has cheered 10 bits. Dark Knight has hosted for one. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting yes, indeed.
So what does that mean, the host?
Mandel.
It just means they're hosting us.
That's cool.
Mandalil
Yes.
has resubscribed for 5 months, and Dad Historian has resubscribed for 7 months.
Wow.
And who's our Bitbox Battle Boss?
It is Tobias.
Woo!
So naturally, I have gotten the reroll.
No, we
I got
know
that.
who got the
Naturally, you've gotten the
reroll.
reroll.
We know who gets the reroll when Tobias is assigning them.
We know who
Tobias
wins.
should be forbidden
Board
from
game
assigning
show.
any
What's the
bonuses to
thing?
Eric.
Xbox
It can be anybody. It doesn't even have to be me, but just he's never allowed to give another bonus to Eric.
I think the big
Crap.
But he has also
Body.
given Sir Krag a +3 to a future D20
Mm-hmm.
and a +1 to all of our next D20 rolls.
Thank you.
Not
Thank
for
you.
you, Jim Jack.
Yeah,
need a lot
I
of
noticed
reroll.
not
Thank you,
for me.
Tobias.
But you know what? You didn't get unbuffed this week, so that's...
It's true.
Not
I
yet.
didn't get the
Right?
-1, so it's
Not
like I'm moving up in the
yet.
world.
Not yet.
Let's
Alright.
do this.
Fine.
Let's
Where are we?
kill some werewolves. Let's
Oh, shoot.
That's right.
Let's-
Run wild. I told you guys could run wild after.
release Peck from his cage.
So as
They're
the
cracking.
town guard gains control of the site of the massacre and the crowd of onlookers disperses, Moira, who you know to be the head constable in town, the head of the town guard, approaches you, and she looks incredibly distressed. And she says, I don't know why it is that I trust you. And she's looking right at you quickly. Maybe it's because I just don't have much of a choice. But keep your heads down. If more things like this happen, I mean, you saw the reaction to what just... I won't be able to hold them back from taking up pitchforks and torches forever. Not unless this madness stops. If you mean to help us, then you need to do it. And do it fast. This wasn't the entire family. They had another son. He was maybe 20 years old, strong, capable, and smart. If the rumors are true, there's only one reason he isn't dead with his family. And I shudder to think with those beasts turning people into monsters. But if they took him, then there is still hope he can be saved. Keep an eye on the people as you move about. They're scared, and fear is turning into panic. Saving this town might be just as much about saving us from ourselves as it is about killing the monsters. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. And then she starts moving away to tend to the dead. What do you do?
I lean to Quigley and I say, I think she trusts you because you guys have the same haircut.
I was wondering if there was a reason why I trusted her right off the bat.
Did you get her flowers yet?
No. Is that a thing?
Yes, it is a thing. Quigley and Ben.
Kuragari says Torches and Pitchforks is a great game.
So, I say, well, how about this? What's his name? Geralt?
Geralt.
Geralt.
Call him Gary if you would like.
Gary.
As he, at his request.
Gary has requested some items from us, yes?
Mm-hmm.
His items.
Perhaps we go get them. Not to let him out or anything, but as a bargaining chip.
We give him his items, he lets himself out.
Yes,
And then we get in trouble.
But do you 100% trust Gary? I do.
I don't 100% trust anyone.
Oh, you were drinking something.
My goodness, Krag. I'll buy some gorgeous.
What's going on here?
That's amazing.
So just to throw it out there really quick, Tobias wanted you not to feel left out, so he donated and gave you an unbuff.
Yay!
Of course he did.
And we are
You
being
want to stay awake
followed.
the whole time. You are more than welcome to.
Oh, no, please.
Oh, we're being followed by Jezebelius! Jezebelus!
Thank you.
I got really excited.
Thank you for the follow.
Isabelius or Tobias.
Is it? There's just mostly guards that are around all the bodies.
Yeah, there's still some onlookers, but the big crowd is sort of dispersed. There's certainly a number of people around, but it's mostly guards who are trying to actually get people to move back away from the bodies and the house and the cabbage field.
All right. I have an idea that might help, but we need to get closer to the bodies.
All right.
I might be able to take on an aspect that could help us.
What kind of aspect?
A wolf?
You're just telling us.
What are you gonna do?
Are you going to look like a wolf?
Like a werewolf or a wolf?
I'm more like, well, you've seen what happens to me when I change slightly. I get little aspects of it, but I think that could probably help us.
Help us get killed?
Yeah, they think we
That's
were.
why I'm saying if all of you come over, block out the site, let me try it, and let me see if I can do anything.
I'm willing to
idea.
try anything.
That sounds like not a bad idea, but don't die, okay?
I won't die.
Don't
Don't make a big reaction out of it. We should at least tell her as well too.
Quigley could drown in Sir Cracks.
Hey, is anyone listening to this great plan?
I heard it. We're doing it.
All right.
Okay, we gotta go tell Mora.
We
Did you
run
know that part?
wild for a bit.
But even
I
more
just wanna put the
important than
story.
that is Sarah BC1 just donated $10 giving Krag Shield of Faith. Happy birthday! Thank you.
Quigley could drown in Sir Crow's hands. In my head.
That's the wrong show. That's a different show.
Right.
Could drown in
the
his eyes
other
while his hands in
idea.
his pants. Got it.
The other idea that I had was to go to They said there was an attack on Joseph's farm, and we could investigate there, or we could perhaps do our own investigation here. We haven't actually looked around and done anything, have we?
You haven't talked to a whole lot of people except for Gary and Moira, no.
And even at this scene in particular, we haven't looked around too much, have we?
No,
But
you
you
guys
said
did
that the
identify.
guards-
If I could
What's that?
do this
The
and we
guards
go
won't
to
let us
another
near the
location,
bodies?
I might
They're
be able to
kind
pick
of
up more
pushing
sense
everybody
with it.
back away. Yes, at this point, yeah.
I'm in.
I like your idea.
All right. All right. So.
But wait, first we have to tell Mora that what we're doing, so that she
Moira.
doesn't freak out.
Yeah, because if I'm going, I'm
Yeah,
gonna slightly change. I don't want everyone freaking out thinking that I'm.
Is it possible for us to
Laura!
obscure
Moira.
Myra.
the crowd's view? Is it like
I mean, it's
Theater
like
of the
you're
round?
in front of like a cabbage, like you're basically
Mara!
out in a field.
are there
Um,
people all the way around it?
No, it's not like they've entirely encircled the area. No.
So we could kind of move up and block, and then he could he could wolf out,
Myra.
wolf it.
Sorry, trying to get her.
Moira.
Yes,
Mara!
you yelly
Mara!
person, you the yelly
Did
person.
we get her?
Yes.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Tell her.
So Moira, I have an idea, something that might help us, and it's going to involve me looking somewhat like a wolf, not turning into a big wolf, just.
You, I mean, not 5 minutes ago, everybody started pointing towards your group and wondering and accusing you directly of I have in this moment, in this exact moment where everybody is still here and this is very much a very, very public scene. I would request you not do that because again, my control over this town and its people only extends so far, and if we incite them to even more suspicion, things are going to get very ugly. I'm not saying you have a bad idea, and if it works, fantastic. But in this moment, it is. Do not do that thing.
I was waiting for you to lean off the screen.
It's
a bad idea.
What if?
That we don't have
Perhaps
I do.
if once things have calmed down and there aren't people here.
Sure.
Cool.
I respect that.
Thanks, Myra.
Yes. So should we go check
Moira.
out either the farm or the house?
I also have invisibility potions.
But I think that they last.
3 minutes.
Well, if
3
we
minutes?
Wait,
I can
well,
go
if we wait
investigate
for more
real
people
quick.
to leave, it might be a little bit
But
better.
if we go to Joseph's farm and then come back and
agree.
perhaps do the same thing,
Fine.
perhaps we could almost triangulate. We could
They just
line it.
are they gonna leave the bodies there and
Right.
chalk outline and put up the?
The numbers.
How's this work?
Yeah.
Are the bodies gonna be there, or is it gonna be like when we go? It's gonna like in a video game.
They're going
Are
to
they still gonna
disappear.
be there or
There's
they're
going to
just
be
gonna
like a
disappear?
spinning coin where each one was laying, and you can just pick that up. You just scoop
And we
that
get
up.
something
Pick
new
this-
for each
You
one.
pick your spinning coin up.
Yeah,
What game
and then
is
it goes
So
in your
should we-
inventory.
Should we go to his?
What game is that?
If you get 100 of them, you get an extra life.
Oh no, that
He
doesn't
said,
happen
or
in
do you
that
eat
game.
100 gold for an extra life, guys? He said it.
That doesn't happen in that game. No, because sometimes the
happening.
bodies are there, but then sometimes you come back and they're not there, and sometimes they're there and you can never get rid of them.
I don't know where we are.
We're
Off
in
the
my
rails.
garage.
Jim Jam! Jim Jam!
Yes.
What's the environment around us? Is it all woodsy?
It's mostly woodsy territory. Yes.
I'm just wondering.
Wait, did we go to Joseph's
this.
house? Are we there yet?
Just making sure.
No, we
Then
haven't
let's
left
go to
yet.
Joseph's
We're going
house.
to
What the hell
Joe's
are
house.
we
Well, there
doing?
was Joseph's house. There was also the family's house too. That was more of a fresher scent. I might be able to pick up.
But
if
are we
go there.
waiting?
No, the bodies are
Oh,
outside
I
the
just
house.
feel like if we leave this spot.
And we were saying just earlier too that it looked like that they rounded them up from the house. I might be able to pick up something from there.
We should go there.
Okay, I understand that, but I feel like if we leave, they're gonna clean up the bodies and everything, and we won't be able to see something.
Well, it's either we chance it now and have a chance at
Let's
people getting
go.
pissed off at us, or we go.
Do you think
we
they
try
would
to do
allow
what
us
they
to
do.
go in the house, or would that be strange if we just started walking? You heard what she
Into
said.
the house we go.
Yes, we are.
Why don't we go in the
I'm
house
trying
and
to
you wolf out,
out.
or wolf it, or
Wolf.
show us the wolf?
All right.
Nope.
Might I
Mom
remind
get mad
you-
at us. Huh?
We are not deputized in this area. by
Oh,
any
that's
means.
right.
We're not what?
Let's talk to Moira and get deputized.
Myra!
Moira.
Mora!
Moira.
It's like Wendy, Mora, Angela Darling. You should know that because you like Disney.
Moira.
That's where it says if it's not Breath of the Wild, Craig doesn't know what you're talking about.
Moira.
M! Can I call you M?
No, that's Mug.
And while they figure out the legal complications, Dwinthor has resubscribed for 11 months, and Silent H has resubscribed for 3 months.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Silent H saying, I'm so behind, and I was here from the get-go.
So, you're saying you can pick up the scent. Like, let's say they were saying that 20-some-year-old kid.
I might be able
Go
to.
in there
I've never tried to
track
hunt a
him.
werewolf before, so I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, interesting. You're having your doubts about me again.
You think
I will say one thing, my friend. Bobsled. Come on. Come on. Trust is there.
Bob's?
Bobsled.
Where was I?
You weren't there for it.
All right.
It's all right.
After that night you guys spent together down in the Dark Lands, you're gonna really treat
Excuse me?
Kimbleton like
He's
this.
got someone else's hand in his lunch.
I'm a little suspicious, Jim.
He's been cheating.
I'm a little suspicious. Things are happening, and then he says he can wolf it or wolf out.
Yeah.
Not totally wolf out, just slightly.
God, everyone has
Just
a
a
crush
little bit
on
of wolfing.
Krag on this couch.
No, it's
Not me.
It's that they didn't like the fact that Lyra ended up with him. So now they're jealous.
We're trying to split you two up, so Krag and I.
Clearly, what it
We're
is.
like-
So
we're
we're
like,
walking
bro,
to a house.
yes.
Bro.
Which one are we
Alright.
going to?
Bro,
Go
you
ahead.
gotta dump the girl and hang out with us again, bro.
Okay.
Or,
We're going to the other house.
I was gonna say unless
Yeah, no, we're gonna-
unless
we're
we
gonna-
split
I'm-
and two go to
I'm
one.
there.
What?
Thank you.
We're gonna go
One of them.
Okay,
to the house.
Which house should we go to?
I say that we go to we are less likely to be seen
Alright.
if we go to the Joseph's house to start with, and then we can come back. Perhaps the people will have dispersed.
All right.
So
I'm fine
Where's
with that.
Abner when you need him? Truth team.
Right? Where's Abner? It's out there.
Is he
He
the
could have
bird?
gotten to the bottom of this.
Abner abandoned.
He could have walked straight up.
I never really liked that.
He would have gotten to the bottom of this.
No, Scott.
birds
First
He would have gotten to the middle of
You
it
do know
and
that
then to the
wolves like
bottom.
to eat birds,
Moira,
right? If they get a
can
hold of
you
them.
show us Joseph's house?
I mean, it's.
Showed him many
I can
colors.
point you. Then she points the way to it. Just, I can't leave the site right now. We
That's
have
fine.
this to deal with, but it's just 3. I go across the field and there's you'll see the first one. It's not the first one you come to, but the second one.
Perfect.
No,
All
boy.
right.
Chat. No. No. Scott,
we-
you guys
Silent
listen.
itch. Oh, wait, no, that's
Silent itch.
sorry.
Welcome to Friday night.
What is
ladies and gentlemen.
happening today?
I don't know.
It's a birthday. We're
Alex
still
is all
celebrating.
about them Timbits.
Timbits and Silent Itch.
Alex is all about Timbo. Oh,
All right, we will
you get a
go.
silent itch
we
after
will go
you.
to Joseph's
You're all about
farm.
them Timbits.
I'm heading to
You
Joseph.
go
he's cleaning
to
up, though. He's
Joseph's
cleaning up.
farm. Okay.
Red and yellow and green and purple.
All right, we're walking.
Joseph grows wheat
I thought you were gonna say weed.
on the edge of town. Grows weed as
No!
well.
No. It's been.
Gotta-
It's been.
gotta-
And as you get towards this farm, you see that there's a little bit of a commotion going on over there. There's a couple of people, and they're leading dogs into a sheep pen where empty crates await. And they lead the dogs into the crate, and then you hear like they're sealing up these crates.
Wait, with the animals?
Just outside of this sort of radius of people, you see there are others standing in defiance of this act, and you can hear heated shouting coming from the crowd as you approach. You see that there's a small bonfire crackling near where these people are arguing, and you get a very sinking feeling in your gut that something terrible is brewing as
They're
you
gonna kill
approach.
the dogs.
What do you do?
Save the dogs! We gotta save the dogs. Okay, where's your invisibility?
Guys, Ashley cares about the game.
There's people walking by. Everyone's
I mean, there's,
being left? Can I
there's
listen?
people.
What
There,
does
the
everyone
most.
say?
There's about a dozen people up. You can see it's maybe half a dozen people are like trying to lead are leading the dogs. The other half a dozen are like picking, like you can see, like there's even a little bit of shoving going on as you're getting closer to it. You can hear a
I've watered
voice.
the bonfire.
You hear a voice that, from one of these guys as he shoves another voice. Says, "If you don't let those dogs out right now, Martin Hayes, I am going to get my hatchet and let them out myself. And you just try to stand in my way. You just try."
Okay.
And then you hear a second voice. It says, "It's for the good of the town, Tabor. They'll take sick just like the wild wolves, and they'll tear us apart. We gotta do it. We got to."
Water the bonfire.
Okay, so you are.
I just keep watering until it's down.
And I go.
Time.
So you guys
Time to
see
be heroes.
Lyra just darts ahead
I'm
through the
behind
crowd.
her. I'm gonna
This is
start behind her.
ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
And I'm gonna. Sorry.
I'm sorry. What if they're right? First of all,
We go up
Watering.
in the mix and find out
Either
what's
way,
happening.
the water just rains down over the fire. There's a
Wait, you
and
can still make
steam
water?
roils up.
Yeah.
The argument that was going on stops as
Now
one of the
the
men,
town
like
hates
some of the people, turn towards you. Like, what are you doing?
Make fire.
What are you doing?
Make fire.
Hold on, I can make fire. I can make fire back. Just relax. We're not going to kill innocent dogs over a situation that we don't understand.
Nobody wants they're gonna get sick. You just see the beasts are coming. Like they'll take sick just like the wolves. It's infecting all the animals.
You
We
don't
have
know
to
that.
stop
You don't
this.
know that.
They're killing us every
It's-
night.
It's people, not animals. It's people that change into wolves.
How do you know that?
Change it out.
He's witnessed it and seen what's happened.
Yeah, tell them.
Listen
quickly.
to
Make
this guy.
Krag. Make a knowledge nature check.
Oh my god. Let those dogs out.
Better make a good knowledge
You're
nature
plus
check
one.
over here.
Then when
you
we
get a plus
do,
one on your roll.
For what?
Then
Oh,
they
plus
let the
one, thank
dogs
you.
Out, then we sing.
Oh, let the dogs out.
So,
Is that how the song goes?
how is
Yeah.
Dirty 20?
Dirty 20 is great. So you know that lycanthropy is absolutely not a natural phenomenon. It does not just randomly. It's not like a disease. It's not like rabies that just although it is transmitted through bites and scratches from infected, but it's a magical curse. It is not a natural phenomenon. It is not a disease. Random animals will not just get
For
sick
people,
from it.
though, I mean, you can't turn
And
a
in
dog
fact,
into a
and in
werewolf.
fact, you can't. No, it is. You know that it specifically only infects humans and humanoids. So that is what you know about lycanthropy.
And I tell them this.
And you
I
tell
say,
that's
listen,
there you go.
I had mummy rot.
Me too.
I don't have it anymore.
Me neither.
Everybody backs away. Like,
If I know one thing, I know about werewolves and lycanthropy.
So what he's trying to say is,
People only. Animals can't get sick.
You
Have
see,
you
Not a
heard that
disease.
thing where dogs can't catch the colds that humans catch? It's the same thing.
Same with birds.
so you guys can see that as Krag's explaining this, a couple of the guys who were sort of on Martin's side are looking around. They're looking back at the crates where you can hear the dogs are barking furiously from being cooped up, and they like you can just tell that they're starting to lose. They already weren't like excited about this, and now that you're telling them this information, you can tell that like they don't. It's not like they're not into it. One of them actually sort of like hangs his head. He grabs a crowbar, goes over to one of the crates and starts prying it open. And Martin looks back. He's like, "Oh, God. We're all good. Fine."
Listen, we are here to help the town figure out what's going on, but this is not the solution. You have no idea if this is what's really happening. So let these dogs go until there is an answer.
Well,
I take my crowbar out and I start.
Sure, yeah,
going
start
at
lay
the
out.
other
Yeah,
crates,
every crate you
because I'm
pop open,
pissed off.
a dog just rushing out, like
I'm doing it.
definitely eager to be out of their confinement. And Martin sort of just kind of throws up his hand. "Oh, you know what? I hope you all right then. I hope you're right." And he just walks, and he goes actually up to the house and up into it.
And I would like to just kind of go up beside him, and as we're walking along, I say to him, "Now, Martin, was it?
Yeah.
I know things around here are very odd, disturbing.
Disturbing? There's a whole family. I mean, it's one thing when an old man goes missing, but a whole family just torn apart. I mean, I know this was wrong, but what are we gonna? What can we do? We're dying.
I'm well aware, but fear and despair are not the way to grow. Are not the way to fight back in any way, shape, or form. If you really want a chance against these creatures, keep the dogs next to you. Fight alongside them. Be prepared for anything. But being afraid makes you weak. Being afraid only hinders you.
I hope you're right. I do. But I don't have the heart for this anyway. I can't do this. So you won the day, but I just hope you're right.
You mustn't give up. That's the only way to lose, is giving up. Now tell me, is this Joseph's farm? Is this his house?
Yes, I'm his cousin.
You're his cousin. We are looking for any leads that can bring us closer to these monsters. We hope to take care of them. We hope to end their onslaught on your town. But we have no idea where they are, and if there is any information inside or about Joseph's death that could be useful, well then, perhaps his death might not be in vain.
I don't know what I could tell you that would be of use. I mean, these things started happening very suddenly. He was a farmer. He never was involved with anybody that, like, he never had any enemies. I mean, arguments in town, but this is different. What happened to him, what's been happening to all of us, I don't know what I could tell you that would be useful. I don't think he was targeted because of who he was. I think he was targeted because they thought it would be fun, these beasts, to chase an old man and bring him down in the night, helpless. That's why I think he was targeted. They come from different places every night. They attack with savagery, but with intelligence. We know that. They're tricky. We've tried to set up watches for them, and they either keep tabs on us, or maybe people are right, and there are others in town who are in league with them, and it seems like every time we try to do something, they outsmart us. Nobody's even seen these things. Did you know that? Nobody's actually seen one of these wolves.
I have. Not here. I have. They're not these monsters in the shadows. They're flesh and blood. Don't be discouraged. Find a way around it.
Make a diplomacy check.
18 on the die, plus my 1, plus I'm pretty good.
Did you get...
That's going to be a 29.
29? Okay. I don't know if there's any information I can give you. But wait here. Just a moment. Goes inside. Comes back a little bit later. And he's got like a leather pouch in his hand. And he unwraps it. And there's a vial, like a bottle inside. And inside is this milky, swirling green liquid. And he says, I don't know where Joseph got this, but he held on to it for a long time, and he said it was magic, and he thought if he ever needed it, he would drink it, and I don't know, I think he was just kind of a silly old man holding on to this. Probably should have sold it for the money a long time ago, but I guess he was a little sentimental about it. He hands it over to you. It is a potion of heroism.
That's a good one. I can use that one. I can't use that strength. I give you the bull.
A potion of heroin.
Don't worry, I thought it was
Lots of
heroin,
drugs
too.
tonight.
And while we're mulling that over, Shadow7816 has resubscribed, and Jesse McFarland stopped by just long enough to cheer 5 bits and say, "Can't watch the stream tonight, gotta go perform."
Yeah, girl.
Performance kids.
Oh.
Get it.
Imp in my head says, just wait until Jim Jam introduces werebears to the group. Ashley will lose her mind.
You know what would be pretty intense, though?
What?
Watching an owl bear fight a werebear.
Bugbear.
What if the owlbear got infected with lycanthropy and became a were-owlbear?
Mind blown.
Mind
And
blown.
then bit of bugbear.
Kirigari said Swiftwind's new monthly dog delivery service, Wolf Crate.
The potion of heroism will last for 50 minutes. It will give you, for that entire time, a +2 morale bonus to attack rolls, saves, and skill checks.
Alright, okay. You want to switch?
I mean, well, yeah, later or whatever.
Oh, you might want to use it, so just take it and...
Well,
I'll
I'm
take
not
the
with
potion.
you, though.
We're not with
Are
you.
we
You
metaing?
went by yourself to go up with
So,
them.
you're right. Alright, I'll hand it over to you later.
Diana and Ashley Adam didn't want that either.
He's gonna hit things! It's gonna go boom, boom!
I got incense last week. I'm good.
So I've been
Yes.
thinking and hearing about all this.
Mm-hmm.
They go for the strong and the weakest, the strongest and the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
They probably were, the people of the town are going about it all wrong. They should have been watching. We have to assess the strengths and weaknesses of the townspeople.
Divide them by their strength.
Put the sheep in the one side and all the strong, bold people together. Well, no, but that's who they're going after. I guess if you're an average mediocre person, you don't really have to worry about much
Thanks.
for now, but you're not even here. I'm talking to my friends.
Ouch!
But that's what I was thinking. Worst case scenario, we try to figure out who they're going to get next by. What do they feel like today? The strongest or the weakest? Because they just went after that kid and turned him into a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
He was strong. I mean, is there a pattern of who they're going after? You know what I mean? Are they going for weakest?
You just said the pattern is that only weak and strong. Everyone else they kill.
But I wonder if there's a pattern in all of the 6 or 7. I'm getting a head shake now.
I mean, the trick is that they're going after... Whenever they find a strong person, they're going to bite that person and turn them into a werewolf and have them join the pack.
So, Sir Krag, I would be good to say that you're one of the probably the strongest person here in this town.
If you would like to face them head on, by all means, let's wait in the middle of town and see what happens.
Just set up camp. With a big sign that said,
Just
I'm the
sit in,
strongest.
go to the middle of the camp and just be like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm going to go to sleep
I'm
and be
really
helpless. but
strong and
my
tired.
strong muscles are really
No, I was
tired
going to
me
put a
out
sign
today.
up with a 24 on it and write strength 24.
Yeah.
If that meant anything to them.
Oh, that's great.
Strong as a dragon, some would say. Yes. Boy, I'd make a really good werewolf.
Well, perhaps if we go find Gary's items, we can uncover some more clues of this situation as well.
Are you back now?
I come back.
Yes.
Did you? What about his idea?
Did he give you any insight about anything?
He won't. I did not outright ask him to go into the house. I felt that was a bit presumptuous. He is the cousin of Joseph and still clearly grieving. However, he did give me this potion of heroism.
Pushing it.
Heroin?
Just want to say, I'm so proud of Ben for considering the feelings and the grief of another MP. Like, I mean, really, honestly, Ben before when we started, Ben now, Ben now. He's growing up.
Yes, of course.
Jim, do you know who else you should be proud of?
Who else?
Silent H for cheering 500 bits.
Woo! That is an
However,
entry.
I'm in for life has cheered 1,000 bits.
That's 2 entries for the Dog
Guys,
Mite
thanks.
giveaway. You guys are hungry for that.
So
And I'm in for life became the Bitbox Battle Boss with that.
And who to give a reroll to?
Me. Thanks,
Alex,
Steven.
you don't need rerolls.
Wow.
If there's one person that doesn't need rerolls,
she's
it's Alex.
killing
so
Don't jinx me.
you saying that he gave you a potion reminded me, because last episode I was going to give you a potion.
Right.
What's an episode?
That's Eric talking.
God, who's Eric?
What's the matter? You go on. Go on. I'm just joking.
Yeah, this whole metagaming thing, it's not easy, is it?
You do it so well.
It's smooth
I
as
heard someone.
smooth sailing. I know Lord Marcus
So
is
you saying the guy gave you a potion reminded me that I was going to give you a potion before you ran away, and we're stupid again.
stupid. I went to the church. They called me away on a crusade.
No, this was after that
Oh,
when you came
oh.
back, and you were here, and then you're like,
I don't think we have time for.
Do you want
family
to swap
I
squabbles.
pulled it out, and
Alright.
well, this is a potion.
Would you pull
what is that
out again?
Potion of heroism.
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 Not here.
Heroism.
Don't give him potions.
I have a potion of bull strength.
Oh, you wanna?
Should we go back down?
Just
and
remember,
see
Kimbleton,
if we can investigate?
You can make a full round attack action. They would be flat-footed.
What the
I
hell?
mean-
What are we doing? Oh, okay.
Just knock
Alright,
him
switch.
unconscious.
Easily.
You take it, and I'll take it.
So basically, I think it would do the same thing for us.
Slightly, yes. This bull strength is much shorter than heroism, correct?
Well, the heroism
Yes.
was. 50
Heroism is 10
minutes.
minutes per level. Bull strength is 1 minute per level.
How many minutes
But
of bull strength?
obviously-
is it? 10.
3.
3 minutes.
But obviously, it's more important that you hit things very hard.
Just have a lot to talk about.
So what's? Do you want to do
Can
your
we-
smelly smells? We can.
Yes.
Was-
You said he gave him something that Joseph had handled.
Yes.
Might I see it?
So Krag, you're gonna have to take that off your
I
inventory.
just want to look at it.
Yeah, I
want to
gave it
hold
to him.
it.
I gave it to him.
Is there any place close by where we could go and I could?
Well, there's still a lot of people around because this was, as I mentioned, there were about a dozen people
Wait.
dealing with the dogs and
This guy's
arguing.
Yeah.
The guy who handled this is dead.
Well, yeah, but his cut. I mean, I could catch.
This
a
was
sniff
somebody
of
that they
it.
had found dead near the town too, so like he wasn't like dragged off to their lair. He was killed relatively close to the town. So
We
You
need,
can-
we need to get you in there to sniff in the
inside
that
or-
20-year-old's room.
Well, that'll have to be later. We said we can't go back to that house.
He's in that house.
Oh,
That's
real-
where he lives.
No, so
Where does 20-year-old live?
this was an old man.
No, it's with the face.
This was an old man that they
found.
They were cousins.
they hunted him down and killed him, and he died.
Okay.
That's whose house this is. We got to go back to the other house
Right.
where the 20-something
Yes.
was turned into a wolf.
Let's go there.
But we
But we can't
to
go
that
there yet.
Why?
because that's where the bodies came from.
And lots of people are there still.
So why don't we
Or
go?
can we?
Why don't we go get Gary's hidden things
Unless you want me to.
I don't think that's a good idea.
and then hang on to them? Here's my suspicion. Because if they become closer and closer to Gary, he's going to want them more and more and more. And therefore, he will start to become more and more desperate. And by chance, he might give up some sort of clue about how we can deal with this problem. If not, then by all means we can make a decision then. But until we have those items, we can't do anything.
Just, I mean, the way that he described where they were sounded like we were gonna face quite a few things.
We
I mean,
always face quite a few
I know,
things.
but
It's
you're
daytime. If we went
You're
now,
starting to smell. I don't understand why you won't take off your
Yes.
armor.
Not
I was wondering
here,
what that
Laura.
was.
It's
The
fresh
wind.
air.
The wind
I
just changed direction.
I mean, you don't have to take it off now. I just was curious, because are you afraid of something?
What does he have to be afraid of? Kung, kung, kung.
Right. What do I have to be afraid of?
So there's no other information we can get from this old man.
not yet. There's too many people around here too. So both houses are bust until probably a little bit later. If I mean,
We can go get
we
this
said it would
stuff.
probably be an hour to get there, an hour to get back.
What?
Oh, that's Jared, isn't it?
Quigley, make a save versus heart damage from Sir Krag's remarks.
What are you reading?
I'm talking to my friends.
Look how close Krag and Quigley are to each other compared to the rest. All this time we thought it was Alex hanging on the edge of the couch. It's just been Quigley snuggling Krag.
I know I've got
I sat in front of my box.
I am riding a crack right now, I'll have you know.
Look at, no, that's the center of the table right there.
The table's off.
That's
Who cares?
That's the fault.
I have plenty of room. Are you good?
You guys are really hitting on the important things tonight.
Totally alright.
I just wanted to make a show.
Real Buddha says,
Too bad.
Real Buddha says,
mistake on
dress
your
up the
part.
weak people and fake muscles. Let them get turned, and then you'll have weak werewolves.
You're over there shaking your head like it's any better when you're on the couch. It's the exact same thing.
Or worse.
He's not wrong.
Jim,
What's
can I
that?
like walk around the house to see if I see any footprints or anything that's kind of sticking out, like something different about the house?
You can.
Like
Yeah.
a perception check?
Yes. You
So-
can make a
While we're
perception
there
check.
When we
arguing
go-
about going to whose
We go
house
get
and
this
touching
stuff, and if that doesn't work out, then we just sell it for the church or something, right?
Choose a
Great idea.
You guys are so weird.
Okay, so I really liked your werewolf
12 plus
idea.
12,
But
24.
what do you turn into?
24. I mean, it's really difficult to tell. You don't know when. You know, actually, no. It was in the last week that this man was killed. Things have been cleaned up since. It's rained since. You don't really notice anything that sticks out to you. That's out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Nothing that comes to mind.
Okay.
This music makes me want to like tiptoe bunny.
Let's go get this. Let's go get the things.
Sure.
I was about to
Yes.
say stuff.
Grab the things, and
There
then
we
when we
go.
come back, perhaps we'll.
We're gonna get the little guy's things.
Yes, we have to talk to Gary and get the location of the site.
Didn't
already
he
did.
tell? We know where that is.
Yeah, Gary gave you directions
He sure
on
did.
how to get to where
We did
he.
get one thing.
Yes.
Let's get the things. When we come back, let's see if we can look at the one house, and then we'll go talk to Gary.
Perfect.
Great. And so we're off. Chip chip.
And so you're off. Are you just gonna leave town immediately then, or
I don't think we really need anything, do we?
were you going through town?
Shopping.
Is there anything you wanted to
Well,
Are
stash or
you
get from your
trying
room?
to get us to shop or something?
No, I'm not trying to get. I just want to make sure that
What time of day is it?
it's still very
morning.
early because this was like first thing in the morning.
Morning,
People
yeah.
freaked out because they found the bodies. So
Yeah, we're just gonna
Yeah.
head out.
sure, great. You
Geekus
guys
says Benjamin.
head
King Geekus.
head
Hi.
out.
Ha!
So yeah, you're good. You begin making your way through the woods, following the directions that were given to you by none other than Mr. Gary Walt Overbright. And following his directions is relatively easy. Kimbleton, make a survival check so you can navigate this.
Tobias says, "Woohoo! We're gonna get something done."
Plus my 1 and survival is 19.
19 is going to do it. It only takes you about an hour and a half. His things were hidden fairly close to town.
Scott Denizza says, "Remember, it's halfling steps, not crag steps."
Oh, okay, cool.
The
cool.
directions.
Yes.
So that's maybe
my
why we got
steps.
there
That's
so
true.
quickly.
That's true.
Our steps, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
our
That's true.
tinier.
We're the tiniest.
So following the directions given to you by Gary, you manage to finally find this clearing that was described. And the outlines of several very low stone walls can be seen over the tall grass. Most likely the remnants of the old mill that he had told you about. Standing in this clearing are several elegant grazing deer. One in particular is very striking, the sun glistening along a golden pelt and glinting off metallic antlers in a breathtaking display. The other 4 deer have dark fur at the head that gradually fades to a lighter brown at the rump. You notice large white patches on their chests, but most striking of all are their huge antlers, spreading out about as wide as a human is tall.
Wow, they're really
They're grazing. All of them sort of perk up and are looking around.
So Krag,
What do you do?
you were describing great, beautiful animals, and Sir Krag's like,
Yeah, I was already like,
Craig's like,
knowledge nature.
to
Knowledge
kill him.
Jim, knowledge nature.
Knowledge nature. Go ahead.
It's
Natural 20.
natural
26.
You do have a
20.
reroll.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my reroll.
2. Have to take the lower result. What you can tell is that these are larger than normal deer. They are, the way that they're looking, they don't appear frightened. Like you would expect them to have just, if they heard you guys come in, they would have perked up and like run off as soon as they seen you. But they're just standing there and they're looking around and they're scanning. They don't look like they've actually seen you guys yet. So they must have scented you or heard you. But they're just looking. And they actually are gathering around themselves. Like, you almost get the sense that they're talking to one another.
Tell them. Detect evil.
I get my crossbow ready.
Okay.
I load it up just in case.
You said there's metallic
One of them
has
is
metallic
like this one that has like
antlers.
almost like a shiny golden pelt and metallic antlers.
Can I do knowledge engineering?
No. If any to get any other information would be a knowledge arcana check, which as we remember from last turn time, none of the current party members has.
Detect evil.
Okay. You would have to get a little bit closer.
Doing it.
No,
so you
sneaky,
get
sneaky.
up to the edge of the clearing.
Clang, clang,
Clang,
clang,
clang, clang.
clang.
Yeah, which would really work wonders on the deer. They would certainly never hear him coming.
Tim, I'm at this time getting ready because I
Okay.
have a feeling they're not friendly.
Yes.
Tying my hammer onto my wrist and just getting.
I've got my crossbow ready.
I will put away the silver throwing axe and
Okay.
pull out
Whoa.
my
Oh.
bastard sword.
Okay. You get to the edge of the clearing, and you're looking, and now they see you. They like all of them hone in on you, and you actually see that they like form up on one another. Oh. They form like a flying V. You know, they get into formation, and
With
they're
the
just
metal one in
staring
the
you down, and they're like pawing at the ground and like
Go ahead and
shaking their
detect
antlers
go ahead
at
and
you.
Detect evil.
But you don't detect any evil.
Oh no, they're fine.
Roll initiative.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Hello?
I'm trying to make friends.
I am too.
Handle animal.
Make a handle animal check.
Sorry, the ranger will.
It's Lucas Martinez says golden
Yeah,
deer.
you stay back, Kimbleton. Quigley's got this.
That's fine. Go ahead, do your thing. This is my
13.
space.
13. They still are like, it looks like you would guess, like it's like the weirdest thing. It's almost like the shiny golden one like turns to the others and you don't understand, but it almost is like it's saying something to them, and the others are responding to it almost like it's giving them orders.
Is it speaking celestial?
Yeah, 'cause
It
I
is
have
not
that.
speaking celestial, no.
What about abyssal?
No.
Igdon.
No.
Elven.
Knowledge arcana.
We don't have that.
Oh, so none of that I can
But they don't
understand.
appear to be impressed by your orders, and they're still like they take like a couple of steps forward, and like you can tell they're getting very antsy, very
Can we
agitated.
circumvent this whole situation?
Well,
This is the clearing.
the ruined mill that was described is pretty much in the middle of the clearing.
This is the space.
All right, so I'm just going to slowly,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna put my sword away,
Okay.
put my hands up.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to like a dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall when they're very like intimidating. I'm actually gonna go onto the ground and just kind of lower my head and raise up my head.
This is Planet of the Apes.
Sounds like it.
Is anybody else doing anything? I'm just curious. I don't want to leave anybody
Do
else
they,
out.
do they see all of us? from
Well,
over
Kim,
here?
he's the one who's walked up towards the edge of the clearing. That's why I'm coming back to you guys.
Can
you
I
guys still in
sneak?
the
Can
back?
I
Like,
sneak up? Because I'm seeing this happen.
yeah.
I want to sneak up to closer. I want to sneak up closer without revealing
Sure.
myself.
Go ahead and make a stealth
Same
check.
thing. I'm gonna do the same thing, Jim.
Okay, stealth checks from those of you who are doing this.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I think, Jared, I think my +1 was gone before.
Okay.
13.
14.
28.
27.
You guys try to branch out, but you can tell as they're like twitching that they're like responding to your movements. Their ears are like moving. They're looking around like they are very much like even those of you who are extremely good at that, like they're aware of your presence. And as you guys are spreading out, they're starting to shift their formation to cover possible entrances into the clearing. Like they're organizing. And they're getting very agitated, especially now that they are aware of you, they're getting very, very agitated. Kimbleton, make a sense motive check, actually.
We just see
Quigley.
Sir Krag as this giant lobster man that it's like...
That's a 10.
10. Okay, yeah. You know that they're getting very agitated. You can tell that making any kind of further approach is very likely to set off, because they're not fleeing, like they're not backing down. This is a very odd response from them, but they're like, and the intelligence with which they seem to be moving, like this is all outside of the realm of natural creatures, and you can tell that any further movement is definitely going to spark
Wave
an
a
issue.
white flag. Do you have a white flag, Quigley?
I'd like to shoot.
Nice.
No! I'm going
Okay.
to shoot the golden one.
Yep. Okay.
I know
Make
something's
an attack roll.
Seriously?
What?
Yes, seriously, she does.
That's sneak attack damage.
9 plus 11.
9 plus 11 gives you 20
30, 20.
against the flat-footed AC of this creature. Can it be flat-footed? Yes, it can. It can. Roll damage.
4 plus 3 is 7. That's for the crossbow itself, and then sneak attack.
Murder hobos.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sneak attack.
So 13 plus what?
Wow.
It's a 20.
20 total?
damage.
20 total points of damage. This bolt goes flying and thunk right into, you see this now drop of of blood that sort of mars the golden pelt of this creature, and all 5 of these deer break immediately. Roll initiative.
Oh!
And while we're doing that, Neo Storm X has resubscribed for 3 months saying that love you.
Yes.
I can only assume that was directed to me.
I cracked that one.
Yeah, Neo. Neo.
Oh my
Yikes.
god.
Love you.
There we go.
18.
Hi, Neo.
18 for Quigley. All right, I'm actually going to have the 2 different types of creatures go on different initiatives. So, Quigley, you said 18?
Yes.
Okay. Who else do we got?
9.
Alex. Alex is on 9. 9's not so good. 9 I'm not as impressed with.
I know.
What do we got for Krag?
14.
14 for Krag. What about Lyra? 13 for Lyra and Kimbleton.
6.
6 is the least impressive number of all.
Thank you. That historian says, roll a knowledge arcana check is quickly becoming Jim Jam's favorite new saying.
For this one, yeah.
And
when all of the Arcana
I'm
people
for
are
Life
gone.
has had a couple of good ones. Says, lighting is better tonight on Mr. Claret's head. And wait, Mr. Claret doesn't stride boldly forth?
Why are you Mr. Claret?
That's their new name for him.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Mrs.
instead
Quigley
of Mrs. Quigley, it's now Mr. Claret. Yes.
Is it after his leg waxing or whatever it is?
I have to show you that afterwards. It's still not grown back.
Oh my god.
It is weird looking.
Neat. The creature, the golden deer, reacts with this split-second speed, and immediately, I mean, like, between the time you see the drop of blood and the time it's in your face with its antlers, it's almost like it's almost like it blinks to you. It moves, but it moves so fast. You can actually see the grass, like it parts. It leaves like this wake behind it in the tall grass, and it just boom slams into you. Actually, it makes an attempt to slam into you.
Bird box, it covered your eyes.
Hitting armor class 24.
Yes.
All right, so it just boom in a blink of an eye, it slams into you, ramming its antlers, goring you for 13 points of damage.
Oh.
The other ones aren't able to move anywhere near as fast as this creature, so they're still just starting their movements. But this one, I mean, like it's just in a split second, it's to her, moving with lightning speed. In fact, as it's moving, like its form almost seems to blur and shimmer, like it leaves after images of itself as it moves. Quigley, you're on the ground, trying to be docile and but your friends did not take that tack.
The real POTUS 98 says, "Does anyone else want to be prone before we roll it?"
Does anybody else want to get on the ground? That'd be nice.
Also with no weapon.
Yeah, he has no weapon either.
Yeah, these are
In
not
the
animals.
But his head is sort of the focus. It's
These
a
are
shining
not
light for them
animals.
to.
At least his armor.
See, I know Lord Marcus is here. It's almost like I can hear.
He hears the voice say, "I believe in you, Quigley. Stay down."
No, actually, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that I haven't seen any of this. Like my head was down the entire time. So, I'm
Well,
going.
you would have heard the animals, like they
Roll
immediately make
perception
this
or
like.
something. Don't just
I feel like I need to
animal
roll
cry.
a perception check. That's
Sure,
great.
You know what? I agree. Roll a perception
You would
check.
hear me.
Alina.
Mina.
Well, I did.
4.
4. No, yeah, you're just like huddled on the ground, like
Don't
I'm
worry,
just
everyone.
a submissive animal.
This will work.
That's what I got.
I've got this. Nice. So. Poopy. Go ahead.
What are you watching?
It's
Like
Krag's turn.
videos of?
Poopy.
No, I forgot about something. It's okay. It's okay.
Can I?
Oh, I forgot too.
How far away from Alex
Bleed
am I?
damage.
Huh?
How far away from Alex am I?
Well, let me put it this way. The bleed damage,
Yeah.
you notice that the wound, like there's the blood and it congeals and then the wound stops bleeding almost immediately.
Yeah, I know. These are not what we think they are.
Yeah.
you
One
think
of them.
it's
And
magic?
now it's your turn.
They're not what we think we are, says the person who shot him with a fucking. I wanted to wait and.
Hey.
I am so sorry.
He wanted
Yeah.
to wait and let me get
Listen,
hit. That's what he wanted.
No!
I see gold.
So, how far is she away? Can I get over and flank and attack that thing?
If he flies.
You would be able to make a double, because you guys had sort of fanned out to stealth,
Yeah.
so I would say that you can make a double move to get up to her. Well, no, you have fast movement, but it's in the underbrush, so it's difficult terrain, so no, you wouldn't
He
make a double
flies.
move. He flies, he does fly, but there's a lot of trees around, you have to make a fly check.
So, what would it be? Either acrobatics or fly check? Or I can't do difficult terrain with acrobatics?
Difficult terrain, you can't, you would just, it would be a double move. You just be double move in. If you want to fly, that's fine, but you need a fly check to get through the trees.
Flying and fly check.
All right, so you activate the boots,
Fly check,
hover up
activate
off the
boots.
ground.
Hover up.
Are you saying I'm prone in a thorny bush?
Yeah, I told you got to the edge of the clearing, and you were like, you said the words, I get on the ground, so
All
I'm
right.
not to blame for
Oh,
this.
fly check.
Okay.
That is decent.
You could use your +3, by the way.
I think it's telling that the fans are not currently donating to help them.
How does an 18 do?
18 does it, yeah. You
I
basically
use,
get
I
into...
use the +3 by the
I
way
didn't
because
use my +1.
You
I just did it all away.
you fly into a flank behind
I
this
didn't use it
creature.
on that, though.
Yes.
and I can attack.
Yes.
Well, thanks for letting
Okay.
us know you're going to start racing it.
And just as Adam
mean,
says
always
that,
original.
Sarah BC1 donates $25, a +1 to the couch.
Wow, Sarah, thank you. So I'm gonna power attack.
Okay.
You got a +1 to this one.
Yeah, just the couch.
Was that the old cap? I couldn't resist.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan
Is a thing.
is a miss.
But did you use your +1 that you just
Did you
got
use
to your
your
next
+2 for flanking?
I did. Yeah, I did that.
6, 14.
Yeah, Michael
20.
Jordan. And Michael
Okay.
Jordan's a miss.
Michael Jordan's a miss.
What happens when I hit? What happens when
You swing, and again, it's almost like this thing, as it was moving so fast, there's almost like after images of it, and you swing, you like charge up, flying to meet it, a branch, like brush aside a branch, get up there and take a swing at the first thing you see, but it was just nothing but some waving grass. And now it is time for Lyra's turn.
Detect magic.
You detect magic.
Great. Then I would like to
Now,
dispel magic.
okay, so before you do that, because detect magic is a spell, so you cast a spell.
Fine, that's
So now you can't cast another spell
That's
this turn,
fine.
but you
I'll
can
wait.
move. You can.
I'm gonna move.
Where do you want to? Who do you want to move towards? You can move towards where Alex and Krag are. You can move towards Quigley, who's still on the ground. You could move towards Kimbleton, who is a little bit further away.
I'm gonna move toward.
You could just rush the other deer. They haven't moved yet. Charge up and get right in the middle of them. Take them all on.
That's so funny. I'm gonna go over to Quigley. And I'm just gonna get out of the way. I just want to get out of the way.
Okay, so she just runs up to Quigley.
But I don't get on the ground because there's thorns.
What?
And what do you do? Just stand there?
How do you know there's
crouch down.
thorns?
You crouch down next to me? Yes, Lady Lyra, we're going to do it.
What? You can fly.
Now it is the other creature's turn. Two of them are going to, even though they can't move quite as fast as the golden deer, they can move pretty darn fast, and they are going to rush right up to where Lyra and Quigley are. Lyra standing there, they're just going to come in and try to give you the old bite.
Okay, but I have nimble moves.
That's not relevant to this. You're going to get bitten. Here comes the bite. Hitting armor class 19, the first one.
What? Is that for her or for me?
That's for her.
All right.
Yes, you're on the ground. You're submitting. They're not going after you. They're going after the other guys. So that's one bite, and then the other one is going to hit armor class 13, which is certainly not going to hit you. But this bite is going to deal 10 points of damage.
Ooh.
And immediately you see the skin around the bite begin to blacken and harden, almost like a hard black glass or stone.
Oh!
You take 4 points of constitution damage.
Oh no! Get out of there now!
Keep your head down quickly.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
The other two of these creatures go rushing to defend their leader and try to take a bite out of good old Krag. The first one coming in and hitting armor class 19, which is not going to do it against Krag. Although you did charge. No, you didn't charge. You were flying.
I flew in.
You flew. The other one, gosh, those are bad rolls. Okay, so both of the other two miss. And that's all they could do. So Alex, you are up. You are facing this golden creature. Behind Krag, there are two of these other creatures that have come in to try to bite him.
Shot it. You would have went after it too.
What do you do?
The way he was acting, I'm gonna take 5 steps back, drop my crossbow, and then pull out my 2 swords.
Okay. You take a 5-foot step back. You drop your crossbow. You pull out 2 swords. Yes.
That's your
okay.
maximum it's my turn. You didn't put me up.
Oh
there
no, Kimbleton.
Oh no.
And we're going to delay it even further because there's some major bit boss battle stuff going on. Scott Denuzzo, 500 bits. The Real Gobshite, 10 bits. Sarah BC1, 500 bits. I'm in for life, 100 bits. Scott Denuzzo, 30 bits. Can I keep going? Yes, I can. I'm in for life, 100 bits. Farash, 100 bits. Sarah BC1, 500 bits. Farash, 130 bits. And the Dark Knights, 30 bits. Where does that put us?
So much better.
It's like a soccer game.
It is, yeah.
That's nice.
And we have Bitbox Battle Boss, Sarah BC, giving a reroll to Krag.
Oh,
yes!
And Imp in my head says, I like to think Kimbleton, the ranger, sees this and pulls a Gene Wilder. Bored voice. No. Stop. Please. Don't. Going through my head a little bit. Oh, boy. About how far away are all of them? Like, probably...
So where Krag, or sorry, not Krag, where Quigley and Lyra are is about 40 feet away from you, and then another 60 feet away from them is where those two are. They had moved pretty far out.
All right. I just so they're the closest. I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna start throwing axes at the
throwing axes. Okay. All right.
First one, I'm gonna say 19 doesn't hit, or 20 doesn't hit.
20 does hit.
20 does.
Yes.
Oh, because that's
these are different. These are not the same as their.
The real bonus 98 says Quigley lay there like a slug. It was his only defense.
So that's
It's a Christmas story.
That's 6 for the first one. That's a 27 on the second one with another 10 points of damage.
All right, so we're
So it's
taking
total
at 16
16.
total.
Third one, 13.
13 is a miss. No, they're not that bad. All right, so 2 axes go flying, striking this creature. It lets out a bellow of pain. The axes blink back to your belt, and it is the top of the next round, where the fastest creature in the land gets to go first.
I only moved 20 feet.
What's that?
You're
Yes.
not fast.
The
dummy.
very fastest
an
creature in the
arsehole.
whole world is just going to dash up and headbutt you. Yeah. You, Alex, you
Jump
who have
over
done
it.
this to it.
I'm gonna vault over it.
Are you?
Yeah, let's see.
Are you?
Yes.
We will see. Ooh, but that's a good roll, so I don't think you're vaulting over anything. Because you are getting hit with armor. 29 is the total.
Yeah.
That's going to get you.
This is
We should never have shot these guys.
But it's a weak hit. You only take 7 points of damage.
a weak hit. You only take 27 points of damage.
That's its turn. Quigley.
Well, I've pretty much clearly seen that Lady Lyra just got bit right next to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I
And
think
these
they
things are
died.
like.
And her arm turns black, and I'm sure she's screaming like crazy.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna stand up and draw my sword.
You
Can
stand
I do that
up,
in
provoking
one...
an attack of
Got it.
opportunity
Bring it,
from
baby.
both of these
Wasn't my armor
guys.
with my side, but yeah.
They're gonna go in for the bite. That's their best thing. Here
please
comes the
don't.
bite. Bite number 1. Armor class 23. Bite number 2. Worse than that, so don't worry about that.
Can I stand and draw as a move, or
No,
is it
you
two
can't.
separate?
Yeah, no, it's 2 separate move
so
actions.
I stand and draw.
All right, stand and draw. You stand, and you have a weapon in your hand. Did you have your shield out? Is the question.
I mean, I pretty much always keep it.
Pretty
like,
much
even if I
always.
would
We can just always assume Quigley has a shield
yes.
out.
Jim Jam, as my holy symbol, you can always assume that it's on.
He locked it to his arm.
I'll just give you a hard time. Krag, what do you got for me? How you doing? This thing shifts over, so it gets a little bit further away from you. But you got 2 of these creatures right behind you.
There's 2 behind me.
Yes. So you could step up and flank, which actually, technically, you could have stepped up before because you have step up, and this thing did take a 5-foot step away from you.
True.
So that is up to you.
Could I have been stepped up already? So
Yeah,
could
I will say
take
because
2
you would have had that
swings?
opportunity, yes.
I could take 2 swings.
Although
at it?
you are flying, so you can't take a 5-foot step. So you can't have stepped
Isn't
up.
that a 5-foot flight? So
Yeah,
the
you can't
5-foot
do
step is all
Not
that
while you're
step
flying.
up is negated while I'm flying.
While you're flying, yes.
That's a shame.
Sorry.
So, oh god.
Either way, you could get up in there and get the flanking bonus, but if you stay where you are and make a full attack action, remember, you need to hover check.
But I can't attack. I have to fly 5 feet
Yes.
anyway to attack.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be a hover check. It would be a move forward.
Yeah,
and one
but I'm
attack.
saying if you wanted to stand where you are and attack the 2 that came up and tried to bite you.
Oh, to try to cleave.
Yeah.
Could I? But that one's gone. I would try to cleave the 2 behind me.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Let's do that.
Okay, so make a hover check if you want to do that.
Hover
That's
check.
fine.
Is that on the line? That's a line, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he was almost on a 20.
It is on a 20.
It is on a 20.
Oh, just kidding.
He hovers.
That's,
Natural
a, that's natural 20. So
Okay,
Michael Jordan hover
So you
check.
hover perfectly.
I
Perfectly
hover
still.
perfectly.
Just like
In
with your
line.
tongue out.
Perfect hover.
With your tongue out.
Tongue out.
Michael Jordan.
And then I can cleave.
I'll allow that.
If you hit, yeah.
Attempt to power, great cleave. Come on, hit, baby! Yeah! So, 32.
32 hits.
You have 2 rerolls.
Yeah,
Need it.
I don't need rerolls. I need math skills.
Ugh.
21.
21 points of damage.
Scott Denuso says, yes, the deer pull out a musket and blast Quigley point blank.
Yeah, they do. They have gun antlers.
And deer number 2.
That's what Lucas Martinez says.
Oh.
Reroll.
Reroll.
Boo.
Reroll.
Reroll.
Boo
Reroll.
for rerolling.
Reroll.
Reroll.
Just 1.
Yeah!
Yes!
And this, for a cleave, it's the same bonus as...
Yeah, it's the exact same.
Exact
yeah.
same bonus. Perfect. So just 1 less than before.
31.
31 is, yes,
Yeah.
that's a hit. How much damage?
And one. Is that one less than before?
Yes.
Yeah, one less than before, so. Or no, 30, 20 is what it is now.
Dirty 20?
30, 20.
Okay. All right, they both take the damage.
Silent H says guntlers.
That's just.
I'm not going to use that word.
No.
That sounds really
I'm
bad.
I'm going to not use that word. All right, after Krag, it is Lyra's turn.
Okay, I grow my wings and I fly away.
You're going to provoke attacks of opportunity from both of these
Are you
creatures.
kidding me?
Yeah, that happened.
I'm going to
Hold
save
on.
and shield the one that is best.
But they don't have combat reflexes. And they
Okay.
took attacks of opportunity against Quigley,
Oh,
so you can safely fly away.
great.
So I fly up.
Okay, you fly up.
This is so great. It, my head says, Guntler sounds like the dirtiest euphemism ever. And Silent H says, I just invented a new monster for Paizo. Where do I collect my check?
All right, it is the creature's turn. The non-golden deer are going to take full attack actions, and that includes a bite, a gore, and 2 hooves. First, the bite, the best one.
To who?
Against Krag. Remember that because you cloved, so you are at an additional or a -2 to your AC
Okay.
when you cleave. First one is going to be an armor class 19.
No.
Armor class 23. Michael Jordan, you may say.
It's not a thing, Jim.
It's a thing today.
Not a thing.
So that was
Not
the
a thing.
gore.
Gotta clip it.
The gore is going to deal 10 points of damage. And then the 2 hooves, which I'm basically working for a natural 20 on those, because they're really not good at hitting. But what do you know?
A natural 20?
A natural 20, a
Don't
natural
you have
7,
an unbuff?
and a natural 20. I'm glad they have 2 hooves. That's what I'm glad about. So that is a critical hit against you, Krag. This thing biffs you in the face with a hoof. You take, and that's good damage, too. You take 18 points of damage. This thing tries to bite you. You back up. It gets you with its antlers. Its huge rack of antlers just like sweeps over and catches you in the chest with its antlers. And then as you're reeling from the attack, trying to right yourself because you're floating there, it just rears up and right in the nose with a hoof.
Right in the nose?
Right in the nose. There's blood dripping everywhere. 18 points of damage from just that. And now the other ones.
With a huge rat.
I'm gonna go ahead and take full attack action against Quigley. What's the point, really?
Now, I will say that all I have done is stand up.
I know, but you're there. You didn't keep your submissive
It's
posture.
fair. It's
You
fair.
didn't. You drew a weapon. That's also a fair.
You did not get attacked, and I was on the ground.
Does a 27 hit you?
No.
This is ridiculous. I hate your
That's
character
why you
so
need
much.
gutlers.
Like,
You did just introduce
like,
guns, so
it's mathematically impossible to hit you with anything, and it bothers me.
You have broken chat with this creature.
Yeah, I can't get you with either the
Tacklers.
gore or the bite.
Silent H says
2 hooves, which literally are just looking for 20s. Those aren't. So the first one misses you many times. The other one though shifts to flank,
Oh,
and
I feel like
misses
that.
with the bite.
I feel like if Lady Lyra were right next to me, and they came up right up here and started attacking her, that its shift into flanking would provoke an attack of
You wanna take
opportunity. I do.
Okay.
I do.
That's,
That was leaner.
16 on the die, minus
Plus what?
my 2 for fatigued, plus 1, so 15 plus 11, 26.
that was
26
GM
is a
Beard
hit.
Ben with the rules. Right? You were...
Gene did that.
Rules.
That is going to be 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. All right. Does a 28 hit you?
No.
That's Torian
Okay.
says, killing the party right now is all these deer caribou.
Does a 30 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
You get hit with the gore from the second one
That's caribou.
All right.
No.
Yes.
for 5 points of damage.
That's
All right.
Canadian.
And then the 2 hooves from the second one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim Jam. You minus that damage by 1.
Minus by 1.
'cause you're
All
so
right, so it's
tired?
10 points of damage. The hooves, yeah, the hooves are only going to hit a natural 20, so those both missed.
How much damage did I take? I'm sorry.
You took 5 points of damage. The gore was not a whole lot. After that, it's good old Alex's turn.
Am I flanking Krag?
No, he didn't step
No,
up.
I turned around to get those other
Okay,
two
just wanna double
knuckleheads
check.
trying to bite me.
All right, let me go in for a hit.
This is one of my favorites.
Music.
Yes.
6 plus 9 for the first one.
15.
12 plus 9 for the second one.
16.
16 is a miss.
13 plus 4 for the third
17.
17 is definitely a miss.
one. That's it.
None of them hit.
Nope.
Yeah, you are just like, this thing is just so like graceful, and it's like leaping around you as you're trying to like stab at it. It won't like ever stop moving, and you can't land a hit.
But what is cool is that you rolled 15, 16, 17.
Wait, can I use, I forgot, the +1 to one of the d20s to make it a hit?
It
Or
won't
none of
make a
them? None of
difference.
them? Okay, so Jared, you can take that off.
You don't get to choose when that one goes.
I thought that was the argument before.
After you, though, is Kimbleton's turn.
Literally next D20.
I can't read it either, but there's one later.
The one that says future.
The +3 to future D20. That's the one you get to choose wherever it goes.
So Lyra's
No, I
flying.
understand
Yep.
that,
Krag's
but
flying.
he erased my-
Yes.
my
The
+1.
Krag's low to the ground.
He's low to the ground. Alex is getting beat up
I was
by
hovering.
a golden
Because you rolled
Yeah.
piece of beauty.
Uh-huh.
And
So whenever
clearly
you roll
is getting hit by two. He's
Yeah, he's got 2 of them on him.
He's
Yeah.
got 2 of them.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying take that off, because I...
He's riding one of those things on the TV behind us.
I'm gonna pull out one of
Oh
my
my
axes and I'm gonna say frosty
That's
and give it
perfect timing.
Okay.
give it some frostiness.
Give it some frostiness. And that's a standard action.
That's perfect
Yeah.
timing,
That's,
what the hell?
And
That's
then
rough.
as bonus
Just see what the guys
action,
want
I'm
to
going
do.
to
That's what it
give.
looks like.
I picked it because it has a wolf in it.
So who am I the closest to?
Quigley currently, because Lyra flew away.
All right, I'm gonna
Scared.
cast Aspect of the Tiger on myself.
Okay.
So dexterity goes up, and I'm also giving.
I
it to-
refuse to give him any more bonuses to his armor class. I just refuse. It's ridiculous. It's nonsense.
a +2 to my dex.
Yeah.
What's your max dex bonus on your armor? You can't have it. It's
No,
just it's too
actually,
much.
yeah, I can't use a max dex.
What is
bonus,
your
you're
armor
right.
class?
Mine?
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it.
I do worry about it. I worry about it a lot.
It's 29.
The only reason I ask is because I'm using a lot of bestiary entries and I'm looking at like the bonuses, and with a 29, like with a lot of the bonuses for CR equivalent creatures, like they can't hit you except on natural 20. It's like a lot of CR equivalent creatures cannot hit you.
That's why I
it's
built the
weird. It's like a
character
weird
this way.
thing. Yeah.
Hey kids, you know what's better than a huge rack of Gumplers? The fact that Dark Knight just donated $5 a buff for Jim Jam.
What?
Me, a buff for Jim Jam.
Dark
Pretty good. I
Knight.
like that. I like hearing that about that.
We know what team he's
All
on.
right. So then, I mean, if I can't give it to him, I want to start moving closer to Krag then, and give
Start
him,
moving closer to Krag? Okay, yeah, you can take a move action over towards where Krag
but
is
does-
standing.
So I still want to do the aspect of the tiger, but give it to him instead.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you have a +4 to your dex. So 2 more AC for you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's my turn again. This creature that is standing right in front of you sees that Kimbleton is making his way over, and it is just going to, with lightning speed, bolt towards him.
Is that attack?
You get to yeah, it
opportunity?
provokes an attack of opportunity. Yes, it does.
And you do have a reroll.
I know, I saw that. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yep,
That was,
we're gonna reroll that one.
17 plus 11. Yeah, 9.
Okay, roll percentile dice.
Oh,
That Dorian comes
it's
back
got
with another
blur,
pun for you.
doesn't it?
When it
These
moves,
deer
yes.
are definitely blitzing the party. Is that one good? No?
I'll take that one.
56.
56. Okay, so you land the blow. Yes. So roll your damage, and this thing is just going to come charge and head down towards you.
That doesn't count as sneak attack, right?
No, it is not
It's
sneak attack
just-
damage. And his armor class 20.
For me?
No, not armor class 20. Yeah, no, it's 20. Yeah, armor class 20. Okay,
8 points of damage, Jim.
8 points of
I've got
damage.
You look the way you look when you read my comments.
That's a good one. Jim, Imp in my head says, You heard what happened to Gary? He went out with his adventuring party. The goblins got him right in the gutlers.
I like it.
Chat's just going crazy.
It's Lucas Martinez says, haha, 30 minutes ago everyone was afraid of werewolves. No one suspects the magical pack of gun-antlered hyper deer.
Oh, that's very funny.
After that, it is Quigley's turn.
All right, I am going... All right, so I just saw Lady Lyra float up into the air.
Yes.
So I'm going to
very
attack...
bad.
Oh, I can't get out of it. So I'm being flanked.
Yes,
I can't
currently.
take a 5-foot step and clear a path for her to do anything magical. So I have to...
Fly, Quigley, fly.
No, I'm going to make a full round attack action. Yeah, I'm going to hit with everything.
Okay.
So I have to open up my sheet. I haven't done this in quite some time. All right.
Real POTUS 98 says, Jim's frustrations are exasperated by a chat that's just an enabler for the couch's antics. It's true.
Yeah! All right. Real bad. The first
You got
one.
a Krag on one of them.
The first one's a natural one.
Very bad. Very bad.
So you want to handle that first?
What are you
Wanna
attacking
handle
with in
that?
that first one?
Yeah, I would love to handle that. That was with your sword, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go to swing your sword, and you swing way too hard. You haven't done this in a while. It's been a minute. As you mentioned last time, you didn't. Last episode,
Jim, does
you
he
didn't
swing it
at all.
into the gutlers?
He swings it right into the trunk of a nearby tree, where it is stuck.
Doing real well, everybody.
A DC 13 strength check to remove the blade.
So that
As a
kind
move
of
action.
stops my.
So you can
full
still
round.
make but you're using your shield. You can still make your shield bash.
No, I'd like to pull it
Oh,
it out of the tree.
Well,
trunk.
that would be next round. You can try to remove it then. Because full round attack. Yeah. So.
All right. So then I'm done.
Okay. You don't want to make your shield bash?
I don't. I don't.
Okay. Or is it also a 1?
No, it's a 2.
Ah well. They can't all be 1s, clearly. So after you, it is Krag's turn.
Jim,
What's up?
I just got hit in the nose with a bunch of hooves.
You did.
Right in the nose.
You did.
It hurt.
It hurt a lot.
Blood sprayed everywhere.
Sure.
There's only one thing I could do.
Is it get
Ray! No, I get really mad.
Get really mad.
Get really mad.
Okay.
So mad. Well, I have to fly angry now, too.
Fly angry.
I'm going to fly angry.
Oh, no.
I'm going to fly angry.
Become like one
Hover
of those,
check.
like-
Hover
again.
check. Hover check.
Oh, natural 20 and a hover check again.
This is boring.
I'm just flying so angry.
Boom.
You're doing so good at flying angry.
Raging power attack number 1. First part of the cleave for these two. Go!
He's flying angry. You're gonna get a flying angry Krag.
21.
21 hits.
All right. 21 hits. Maximum damage on that.
85
So
80?
85 million.
I live
31. 31.
31. A huge hit. All right. What about
Number
Cleave on
2.
through, Cleave.
Ah!
You've got to reroll.
19.
19 is a hit.
Nice.
It's out of 3.
Yeah, right. Yeah, these guys. Yeah.
Don't give away my secrets. Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan,
Just
points
the
of
second guy says
damage. You cleave
Only
right
when
through
Jim says
both
it.
of these creatures once again. Lyra, you're up in the air.
Okay, I would like to
That's good.
lesser restoration on myself.
Lesser restoration on yourself. Okay.
I think it's 1d4.
24 points of your constitution are going to come back to you.
2.
2 of them?
Yeah.
All right.
So it changes things for you.
I'm in for life says it's going to take some con venison to go deer hunting after that.
Oh boy.
And then Dragon just
I
says,
think-
"Dear God, these puns."
No, Caraboot was good. I really liked Caraboot.
You clove. That's a -2 to your AC.
Yes.
You're raging. That's a -2 to your AC. Maybe this time.
But
Maybe.
I get some good
I know,
damage
I
in.
know.
I know, yeah.
Here comes attack. Bite number 1. Good lord. That's no good. 15's not going to do it. The gore... 26?
Yep.
26 will do it for 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Then 2 hooves.
Damn hooves.
We're looking at bad rolls on the hooves. So we're going to go to number 2. The bite number 2. Jeez.
This is all very good.
This is so bad. 20 on the gore.
No.
All right, and then the 2 hooves. Natural 20 again. This one is a sniper with that hoof. Just bam, bam. Another critical hit against Krag, right in the exact
In
same
the nose
spot,
again?
the exact same spot. It biffs you. It's not as bad as the last one. This one is 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Just at the exact same spot. It just keeps hammering that spot. And then
Never think
over
of the
by
hooves. I think of
Quiggles.
Jamie with her quest.
I'll just waste a bunch of rolls against Quigley now. Here comes Bite and Gore from the first one. 29 on the bite and 24 on the gore.
29 on the bite?
29 on the bite, 24 on the gore.
Yes, that hits.
Infect him with all that gross.
I'm gonna infect him with the gross stuff. That's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And you do need to make a fortitude save.
Is it a disease?
It is not a disease, no.
Fortitude save.
He was gonna get real smug with you. Did you feel it? Did anyone feel it?
17.
That is a failed save. So you are going to take 3 points of constitution damage.
All right.
As the area around that first bite begins to blacken, the flesh hardening as if it's crystallizing.
How many points of damage did you say?
It was... Sorry. From the... How much did I... Yeah, 10 points of physical damage, 3 points of constitution damage.
Holy moly! Silent H has donated $25. That's 5 buffs to Jim Jam.
5 buffs to Jim Jam. Wow, this is getting better.
To die?
I'm liking
We're
what's
gonna
happening.
die!
By the way,
Uh,
Luna Steel Song has also cheered 155 bits, and Herman Crab is now following.
Oh,
If you want to, you could use all 5 of them at once if you
just
needed
all
to.
in one roll, obviously.
Well,
That's
they each
real.
get 5 attacks, right? So
Right, so it's...
Jim Jam, quick question.
Sure, yes.
When you drop down in the con damage,
Yes.
do you maintain your distance between your maximum and your current hit points?
You
Or-
would have to, because for example,
Yeah.
like your max could go below what your current is, which is
Yeah.
impossible. So you would have to maintain that distance. Yes.
All right, let me do some math here. I have to.
Gotcha.
Some quick puns.
Kind of great.
Duchess of Dinos, dodge those buckshots. Skylily83 says, the amount of puns in this chat is staggering.
Nice. I like
Good.
it. I'm good with
Sarah
it.
BC1 says, come on, guys, none of these puns are endearing.
Okay.
Good.
And then
okay.
Scott News says, Krag gets hit. Dope.
Good. I like that. That's our best one. That's it. They did it.
Good.
And then the hooves, which are... Might as well roll them, right? Even with a 17 on the die, a hoof can't touch Quigley. Even with the +1s, they can't touch Quigley with that.
Do your GM fudges.
That was 2. So then the second one begins its attack. It is going to bite first. Get him with the bite. Not going to get you with the bite. 21's not going to get you with the gore. And then the hooves, we're looking for 20s, which I'm not going to get. So it is Alex's turn.
Hitting again.
Well, remember, the golden deer went after Kimbleton. So it moved away from you.
Oh, so I have no one near me?
Except for where Krag's fighting.
Let me go flank with Krag.
If you're going to flank, you're going to provoke an attack of opportunity to get around the bigger deer. But if you wanted to just step next to him, you could. So it's up to you.
Step next to him then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me try hitting him. 994. 17 plus 9 for the first one.
That is going to hit. You moved though, so it's 1 attack.
Okay, so
I figured out what my hit points are.
Nice.
6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage.
I hope there's 0. How many?
9.
9 points of
Maximum
damage.
damage for me.
The first creature, the first of these bellowing deer goes down.
You got it!
I got
got
a
him.
kill! Wait, is it? Oh, nice.
Oh, Steven.
Good job, girl.
Thanks.
I'm in for life has just cheered 815 bits.
Annie's the big box battle boss and gave me a reroll. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Oh.
Kimbleton, it's your turn.
Good, I got a reroll out of it.
Rainbow.
It's up in my face, yeah?
Rainbow.
Yeah, the golden deer is right
Rainbow.
there, yeah.
Too bad, scared.
I mean,
I've been asked to read the following comment from It's Lucas Martinez. He says, "Remember 7 months ago these guys kinda killed a god?"
Yeah, that's a good point. These are very buff deer.
These are deer gods.
It's in my face. I'm gonna try to smack it with my axe thing.
Trying to smack it.
Ooh, that's a 32.
32. That is a hit.
Okay.
However, this creature has the ability to, as a readied action, automatically move 90 feet away when attacked.
90 feet away?
Which it does immediately, foiling your first melee attack.
So it's far away.
With like you go to swing and you blink and it's just not there anymore, and you look real quick and you see it is all the way across the clearing now.
I'm real glad we shot this thing.
Sorry.
Does it ready its guttlers? Does it lower its head and take
Oh
aim?
yeah, it's still pissed.
Best roll I've had in a while, Jim.
I'm sorry.
All right. So if I miss him, I can start flinging at.
Yeah, you can.
Those
You
other
just
ones.
continue your full
He's
attack
pointing
action.
at Sir Krag. I think
Just kill Krag. Yeah, I mean, he's just like, you know what? We screwed up. Gotta kill. If maybe I can make an offering to the golden
Ladies
deer.
and gentlemen, Eva Bang has just donated $5, giving it to Jim Jam, saying, "Please kill them all."
I'm trying my best.
All right.
That's awful.
All right. So here's
Why?
the first one at it.
I don't know why they've turned on me.
That is a 28.
28 is going to hit.
As it goes about typing on the computer.
Awesome. Max damage, 10 points.
Are you fighting one that was the one that's standing up next to Krag still? Or the ones that are back by Krag?
I had moved closer to Krag, but then I was
Yeah.
flinging back at the one over.
Alright, so the one, okay, that's what I was checking. So, you said
10
how many points of damage?
10 points.
10 points of
And
damage.
final throw. Yeah, 21.
21 hits.
Craig, did you see Dad
another 9
Historian's
points.
comment? Extra points for the gold.
I didn't.
Goldfinger.
No, I didn't.
Craig asks, "Do you expect us to talk?" The stag replies, "No, Mr. Craig, I expect you to die."
That's a good one.
Jim's done.
I'm just too many. It's too many bad jokes and puns. I can't keep up with it all.
Well, you even said on my little.
I know. I thought it was going to be you. I was
it
going to have
wasn't
to
me
worry
at all.
about. It's not at all.
There
It's
you go.
these guys.
But you said it was the kind of puns I'm gonna have to worry
What are you
about.
doing? Get out of
There
here.
you
Get out of here, Marcus. Yeah, away from you.
He's here. You felt his presence.
Yeah, I felt his
You
presence.
said Marcus.
It is the golden deer's turn.
Stupid golden deer.
And its action
Probably.
is to charge back in at Kimbleton, just like, foop, and then.
Oh,
foop.
too bad. I blink away and I'm gone.
You don't.
He
have
uses his blink back belt on himself. He throws himself and blinks back to his blink back belt.
Which puts him right where he was, which is exactly where the creature was charging to. Only 19 though, so I'm not gonna get you with that.
No, you're not.
Right, that was
It
my
would not be
action with
funny,
that
Katie.
guy.
I would like to pull my sword out of a tree.
Yes,
Legend of
DC
Katie
13
says, "How hilarious
strength
will
check.
that story be 6 months from now when, quote unquote, how'd blank die? Oh, just by a giant crazy."
Natural 20.
So you yank the thing
The
from
tree
your tree.
falls down and lands on them both.
On you.
I would like
Shouldn't move
to.
anywhere.
They both have not been hurt.
Nothing hurt.
No, I've
Yes,
been
these
chucking
guys
axes
have
at the
gotten
wall.
hurt.
One's
yes.
more hurt. That's the one I want to go with.
Well, your action was pull
You
sword
said that
from
as
tree.
a move action.
Okay.
Now my
so you can
one
take
attack.
one attack action. Yes.
Do it.
Ah! No. 17?
17 is a hit. These guys are easy to hit.
15? No, 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
I
That's
rolled
too
maximum
many.
damage.
Too many points of damage. I forbid it. I forbid it. I forbid it. It is Krag's
Got
turn.
real quiet.
Krag, hover angrily.
I don't have to now.
Why?
Can't I just move and attack?
You can. You'll provoke an attack of opportunity. There is one
Rage.
still alive near you.
Hover rage.
There's
Rage
one
hover.
still alive, but it's all up in your business.
Go for that turkey or whatever the. Shut up.
It's a
Shut up.
turkey.
Oh!
You have a reroll.
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 Sorry, I didn't do that.
Reroll.
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 Boo, I don't like it.
That's such a leaner. It's so weird.
It's leaning in the middle of the tray.
And it is
It's leaning.
in the, like,
It's in the middle.
it
Oh, that's
is
hysterical.
Take a
leaning
picture.
with
Hold on,
this
I wanna take a
part
picture of that.
up in the middle of the tray.
Very,
It's
very
fascinating.
weird.
The most
bizarre-
It is. I think that's an automatic fail.
There's
You
photographic
basically,
evidence.
no, it's actually worse than a 1
No,
because you've actually
no,
failed to
no,
roll any
no!
successful number. And
Hover check 16.
okay, that is just over what you need. How are you so good at flying?
I don't
You're a
even
barbarian.
understand.
You guys need to be worse at things and start rolling
No.
badly.
The
I'm
fact
tired
is
of
he's
No,
giving him
it's my
rerolls.
birthday!
No!
It is my
I hate your
birthday!
birthday.
I'm gonna crush a deer! Ah!
It's my birthday.
What you got?
Hit.
It's my
Probably.
birthday.
Almost
I
guaranteed.
can
Just
make
roll
it.
damage,
You
Krag.
can add
No,
3.
it's a hit. He doesn't
Yeah,
need
like
the
just
3.
roll the
25.
damage, please.
Hear that, Murdoch? She doesn't need you.
Wow.
Need your
Oh.
plus
Whoa.
3.
No,
Oh,
that is
set
not.
up the front. Now he's
Marcus is not here right now, and
26
that is what
damage.
you
26 points of damage, and the second of these creatures goes.
God, it's a bread all the bacon. God!
Lyra.
That was very
I would like to command the gold deer to freeze.
Okay. That is a will save,
That
correct?
thing's will is
Well, I'm still in
probably
the air, though.
nuts.
A will save
Everything is silly on that.
from the
thing.
deer.
Will.
Especially the gutlers.
Really wish we had some sort of knowledge arcana.
I'm afraid that I did roll a 19 on the die for the save, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's a successful save. It does not stop where it is.
No, it doesn't.
It does not listen to you. It is an unruly deer that disobeys your commands.
All right.
You want to just use your move action to then circle around so you'd have to do a hover check, or do you want to hover and try to do something else that's a move action?
I can't cast another spell.
Yeah, there's pretty much, I mean, you would just basically do a circle so that you're, you don't have to worry about the hover.
Hold on.
What's
But
that?
Can I do like, fire breath or something like that?
No,
or
those
is
are
that
all standard
considered-
actions.
Those are, okay. Yeah, I'll just.
The
Fly.
two that are fighting you
Yeah.
hear the keening bellows from their fellows. That rhymes. That's good, huh, everybody? How about that? Some rhymes,
over
huh?
there.
liked it.
And
Can't find a Zeus.
you see this like wild look in their eyes, and they abandon you and go blasting off after Krag,
Gonna
who has
attack
killed
the
their
one-
companions. I know
attack
you
the
gotta,
one
you
that
gotta
was
make that attack of
hurt
opportunity.
most.
Certainly.
24.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. You kill it. Yes! And it goes blasting off after Krag and tries to bite him, since it has killed two of their friends. But fails to bite you with any
my
meaningful
birthday,
rolls,
Jim.
because why roll dice?
My birthday.
Why roll dice, really? That was my action. Those are all I could do. All my other guys are dead. You guys killed all these innocent
Wait,
deer.
everyone's dead?
They're not
Except
innocent.
for
They're-
the just
you said
there's
they're
just an
very
innocent deer now.
calculated and-
What do you do?
There's one innocent deer,
there.
and there is
That's-
the.
Can I get up to the innocent deer?
The innocent deer?
That historian says it's starting to look like Jim Jam can mark this one off his buck at list. It was a TPK,
Gotcha.
but no.
I get up
The
to the
closest one is the one that just ran up to bite Krag. The other one is way across
Can
the.
I go up to the
Yeah,
one?
you can
back
get
to
the
me
one that's right
again.
next to Krag though. Yeah.
14 plus 9?
That is gonna hit.
4 plus 6?
4
10.
plus 6, 10 points of damage. This guy has been relatively untouched. He does take some damage. Just a bit of damage. And now it is Kimbleton's turn.
Up in my face again?
It is.
Dear. It's. I'm gonna try to look it in the eyes and use handle animal on it, see if I can calm it down.
Just by a look. Just by a look.
I feel like that would have... You know that would have been a better idea before you killed 3 of its friends.
I didn't kill him! No, please, you don't. You remember that moment? That was a while ago.
But that meant yes.
The Guntler Whisperer.
You did throw a bunch of axes into them.
It's Lucas Martinez says, you hear the gun cocking sound as the Golden Deer reloads his gauntlets.
Oh my gosh.
Dark Knight says, the deer with golden antlers needs to survive with 1 antler broken off so it can follow the couch crew for vengeance. In 5 months, it'll be its Bond villain lair, stroking a cat planning revenge.
23.
23 to handle this animal.
Okay. Michael Jordan can do it.
It is its turn, and it's too late for diplomacy. Too late for diplomacy. It lowers its antlers and makes an attack.
Jim, Real POTUS 98 says, these deer were probably supposed to be the allies that would help the party defeat the werewolves.
Oh, wow.
No.
Here's where we are now.
Status quo.
With a 27 to hit. It is going to gore you for... Oh, no.
Oh, it dropped it. Doesn't count.
Okay. I'll reroll that 1 for the damage then.
You don't have a reroll though, Jim.
Oh, but you said it didn't count.
You don't have a
this
reroll.
one was a 7. So it took me 13 total points of damage. It just gores you. And after it gores you, that is when it moves. And it flashes across the space towards the... makes 1 attack and then a move action away from you. Basically back across 90 feet away from where you are standing now. Which takes us to Quigley's turn.
So, Ed Hansen says, so the so-called paladin murders innocent deer. Must be nice to have the paladin abilities with
It's
none
a
of the
winky
alignment
smiley face.
restrictions.
I'm going to handle this.
It is a winky one. But
he was laying on the ground. They attacked us.
Exactly.
Well,
I was laying down.
the murderer-
I already had
Right
this.
after
I shot it.
She shot it, but I don't know that.
Yeah,
So all I saw was it bite Lady Lyra.
It's true.
it is true.
It's true.
I second that. I got you.
What do you
Well,
do,
I'm in
Quigley?
for
That's
life
the real
says
question.
hashtag
What
How
do you
far away
do?
is it?
Oh, they're pretty far away. They're about 60 feet away from you.
I wonkety
Clank, 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 clank. All right.
wonkety
Start making your way
through
towards where they're
difficult
standing.
terrain. I think I'm making about 20 feet.
Yeah.
And fall over.
But you could actually just step into the clearing and like skirt the
That's
taller
what I do,
grass and
yeah.
then make the yeah. So Cragleton, Craglini.
I want to attack. Where are they? I want to
One's
attack
just
something.
right in front of you.
Oh, one's right in front of me still?
That's right, yeah. Well, then it moved up to you because it was fighting Quigley. You killed its friend,
moved
so he
back
came
over
over
here?
to avenge its
There were two
friend
Quigley.
and
Quigley killed one. The
I
other
have to
one
fly
was-
angry again.
fly angry.
I'm flying
All right.
angry. I'm flying angry.
Flying.
Oh, no. Nothing can save me now. So,
You could add a +3.
It's
That's
leaning on it.
yeah, 6.
It's dead. No, 6 is not good. So you have a crappy bonus to fly, and you've been hitting all these fly checks.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I call shenanigans on all of you.
It's had 8 rerolls. It's his birthday.
I'm just messing with you. It's okay. All that means is you have to move. You have to move.
Oh, okay, so I
So
move-
you're going to
I move
provoke
and
an
attack
attack of
once.
opportunity,
That's
and you're
fine.
going to attack once. That's all
That's
it
fine.
means. Yeah.
That's fine.
Bite you.
Just is going to bite you.
That's
That's
fine.
right. It's going to bite you.
Natural 1.
23.
Nope. Raging power attack. Die. No.
Yeah.
Remember,
You're gonna
Yeah.
get
it's a
it.
literal one.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is a hit.
Michael Jordan.
Nothing.
30.
30 points of damage. All right. Looks pretty beat up, but it is still kicking. Lyra.
If I were to do come down, fly down to being 15 feet from this golden,
Yeah.
and want to do fire breath, it would only hit him, correct? Or would it? It's not like the fireball that creates.
It's a cone of flames.
So
So
it would
you
just go-
unleash a cone of
And
flames.
light
But it
swords
doesn't
you
say
on fire.
how who I would like what it would damage.
I believe it's 1d4 per caster level. So it'd be 8d4?
What? No,
8d4?
that would be for I know that.
Yeah.
But I just don't know because
What's your cone?
Yeah, those are D6.
what's the cone? Because I don't want to hit them, but I like.
Should be on
wanna
your.
see if
I mean,
I
it should
could
say it
do
on your character sheet. So
It
let me
doesn't.
check. What's your cone in? What's your cone, Lyra?
It just says 15
How big is your
foot
cone?
15-foot cone.
Unleash a 15-foot cone, but
I think
but
that would
if I
be-
jump
15-foot cone.
high up,
15-foot radius.
So basically, at 15 feet, that's when it's biggest. But you can position yourself where it's not going to hit Krag. Yes.
then it wouldn't hit.
Just yes.
Okay,
you do
may I
it.
please do that?
Yes.
Those are
She said, "Please."
I know.
Yeah.
those are D6s, not D4s.
Yeah, you need 4s. Do you need to borrow 4s? How many do you need?
I need 8. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 3.
And this is your fire breath ability, not burning hands, correct?
Right.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
And they're
Oh, I did a pretty good job.
the fire heals them instantly. They're all.
I wish,
I
Krag.
think
I
they
wish
have
these I wish these poor innocent creatures could.
Jim, what does golden fur
22.
smell like when it burns?
Oh well, this isn't the golden one.
22.
22 points of damage. Okay. That is a 23 on the reflex save. So it's a pass rate, so it's going to take half of that. So it takes 11 points of damage. But because it has been so badly brutalized by the horrific monsters that came
Murder
into its
hobos.
clearing and just shot it. And look at the smile on her face. She knows that I'm announcing the death of a poor, majestic, magical beast.
Kill the guntler?
I'm in for life says this is actually just a surprise Krag birthday party. The deer are here to hoof it.
But they're not here anymore because the fourth one has died.
I killed the golden one.
Burned to death.
No,
No, you
you
didn't.
didn't kill the golden.
He did not kill the golden one. The golden one
Okay,
has
I killed something.
barely been touched.
Killed something.
And it is
Not your turn.
not my turn anymore. You guys are dead. You killed all the innocent beasts of the forest, making it Alex's turn.
I'm gonna pick up my crossbow.
Okay, that's a move action.
Load it and then wait for my next.
All right, it is Kimbleton's turn.
He's far away from me again.
It is very far away from you. 90 feet, in fact.
Gosh.
Get in a defensive
Okay.
stance, and I'm
Need
gonna say
defensive-
Sparky, and my other axe lights up. With
Okay, you
electricity.
now have Frosty and Sparky going.
And you know what else appears on the battlefield?
What?
A troll.
What?
A troll?
Yes, because
Stop.
N. Hansen says so Quigley can just turn away while Alex takes the first attack and then murder even the most holy things when they attack to defend themselves, and that's just fine here. Doing an evil act is an evil act if you meant to or were aware of it or not. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. However,
He's not wrong.
I mean, that thing attacked me first.
Either way.
stand up
Yeah,
and
no,
The,
no.
It is
Would
the
it
top
stand up in dear court? That
of the
is
next
question.
round. You guys see this about 90 feet away, across the clearing, this golden deer with its shining silvery antlers. And it turns its head skyward and lets out this deep, long, mournful bellow that rings out across the clearing. And then you blink and it's just gone.
No, poor guy.
You see like a ripple in the underbrush where it has just fled.
Coward.
Did you hear? Did you hear this?
Wow.
She said, "What a coward!"
That makes,
I'm gonna shoot that thing. Poor guy.
Yeah.
that makes me so sad.
I killed the
Did you
golden
hear?
deer.
Oh, that was fun.
It just, I mean, the
Special.
more, I mean, I would be very sad if y'all
It
died.
was your way.
I'm
The-
not real deer.
They were though.
They were magical deer.
Something about
Okay,
that.
well, while we were going,
They
I would
were
like to
protecting-
lesser restoration myself again.
And could you,
Yes, I will.
And they're
Put
they
your
were
boy up.
protecting these ruins.
That did barely anything. Okay, I got one on there. Okay, bro.
I don't know. I feel like they probably were being taken over by someone else because
I'm tired, Jim.
You're tired?
I'll just talk
Yeah?
to myself.
Not very angry anymore.
No,
Just tired.
I see that
Just
you need
tired.
lesser restoration for you.
no. What?
He needs help.
Oh, you're talking to him. I was like,
Whoa, sorry. 1 second. Oh. What?
Cool.
I'm gonna do a different one. Hold on, I've got a few of these. do lesser restoration again.
All right.
What do you guys do?
Why did
Not
Can I
Why
examine the deer?
did you do that?
Yeah.
Because what we were seeing was a calculated, as I feel like they're protecting the ruins.
Why'd you do what?
Lesser restoration. Wait, how?
And
how
they
are
were
we
about to attack us.
I would like to do lesser restoration myself.
They attacked us because she fired her crossbow into one of them.
They were getting ready to attack us anyway if we went any
Were they
further.
though?
I think so.
Did we all lay on the ground?
No.
No, just
No,
you.
we absolutely did not.
Dear
Oh, yes.
Can I examine?
How's everyone doing on their constitution stuff?
Constitution.
I still need one.
I'm a little constipated,
That's
but I don't know if that has to
That's
do with
different.
or that is
You're
constitute.
serious.
I mean,
It's a
you
different
haven't,
con.
You
You're
haven't taken a
serious.
crag crab in a long time.
This is true.
It's gonna be a ginormous crag crab.
Go for you.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, Jim. I didn't agree with the attacking.
Wow, I did good.
What?
Here we go.
You would have
14.
attacked.
I was waiting.
I was the last one to go, and everyone else beat it.
Just so you guys know, there is a
29.
hashtag that's been started. Hashtag Death by Deer 2019.
I did see that. There's 29.
Oh, wow.
Wait, I just did a
There's also Command and Conquer
critical
already.
DVD.
Bring
How you
back
doing over
that
there?
year 2019.
29.
We should shoot that.
A little better.
That's what chat
I can
was.
still do another one.
Um,
How are you guys doing?
Not-
we
not
on
great.
health?
This.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
do you
cure.
need? Do
Your
you have
channel
any more
energy?
lesser restorations?
Oh, I do.
I could use one more, and it doesn't matter what you roll.
3.
All right.
Anything. It just throws something.
Okay.
No,
I'm gonna have
no more gutlers, Jim. No more gutlers.
No.
Death by squirrel.
And so as Martinez says, on the plus side, all that freshly spilt blood might attract a werewolf.
Those are.
On the plus
not gonna
side,
die?
Moderate.
Death by guinea pig.
I think
Yeah,
moderate's
can-
the second one up.
Can I do? Can I go up and do like a
14.
Death by groundhogs.
Okay, let me
like
see.
not like survival check or a knowledge
yeah,
nature?
go ahead and make
see what,
survival, knowledge, nature, whichever one you.
Guys, I'm gonna have to sleep.
I don't have time. It's in the middle of the day.
I know.
It's
Naps are
early.
Observe
I don't even think
these
it's
bodies.
noon yet.
Are you
That's
doing
what's
that?
So
Okay.
22.
22. You guys were pretty rough with them with the hammer, so you're not going to be able to salvage much in terms of the pelts. But these antlers are pretty significant. They would probably make decent trophies if you could sell them.
Are these metal as well?
No,
Just
these ones
the
are not.
golden one had
Only
metal.
the gold one had the metal things. These are much again. They're very much larger than deer should be.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were having some sort of magical effect with their bites. They were acting with sort of a calculated intelligence. Would you say your total was on the survival?
22.
22. Your guess is that under normal circumstances, these creatures very likely would never have fought you. They likely would never have attacked you. But with them, and they probably even wouldn't have necessarily been gathered together like this right now. But with some other like ambient danger had made them far more territorial and aggressive, as if they were just in a defensive mode. Anything could have triggered them. Like, you don't necessarily know that you could have calmed them down, but they weren't malicious. Like, you don't get like these creatures very likely would never
They
have.
were
I
evil.
haven't
Again,
announced my
like you would be shocked if you went back into town and have ever heard of anybody even being attacked by a deer or anything. No, like these creatures would have normally just ignored you or never risked a fight with you, but they're extra aggressive and territorial and defensive, very likely because of
the werewolves.
and like
Yeah.
things that have been happening in the region. Like they were sort of in this like
They would have helped
fight
us.
mode. Yeah.
They would have
It's
helped.
possible.
Here's the
You don't.
thing.
Again, you don't have any reason to believe that you could have like negotiated with them. But
So Nick Hansen wants to know, what do they taste like?
Okay. Here's
one
the
of them
thing.
is already cooking.
I would like to announce to my group that if we get in a fight with a werewolf, I cannot heal any lesser restoration / heal any kind of bite. Or
That's okay, because the bite will just turn us into a werewolf, so it doesn't matter.
No, that's not good.
I know it's not good. That's why we all bought the potions, right?
But
we
I'm
bought a
just
potion
saying-
with it.
It's
Yeah, I
alright.
got you.
I've got potions.
I'm just saying, guys, I really won't be able to help much.
Jim, how many
Let's not get bit.
antlers could I collect?
Quite a few.
Excuse me. I'm gonna take an antler too.
I want an antler. That sounds fun.
Okay.
Can I have the gold one? I want the gold one.
Well, we'll bury them after we take the antlers.
After I swipe at him.
Oh, look, I brought us money for the group.
What? Like that's fine. There's antlers for everybody. You have to roll to get antlers.
No,
I take out my shovel and start digging holes.
That's fine, but I'm already taking care. How many do I have to roll for each one?
It's just roll a general survival check and see how well you do.
Oh, no.
I killed tonight. That's my reindeer die. I got those.
That's Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan? Okay. You manage to get them pretty cleanly. You get 3 of them that haven't been too damaged. But they're I mean, again, like the span was about the total height of an average person, so it's pretty hefty. Definitely
Can I get that in my bag?
Yeah, you could get in the bag of holding is where you I mean, yeah, you'd be able to carry it, but it's probably a good 25 pounds of material.
And there's 3.
3, yeah, because the rest of them have been smashed or damaged or burned or
Who wants an antler?
I do.
No, I mean we could just group sell it or whatever.
Okay.
While the group decides how they're going to desecrate the remains of the docile and intelligent animals, we should tell you that Nexadrun has subscribed and Nexadrun is now following.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, you could do it honestly. You could do whatever you want. But
We're gonna have some antlers to do
these
something.
things were. I don't know.
They
There's
were-
a reason why they were.
Werewolves.
I don't know.
Let's find this
Something's
stuff and
up
get
with
out
that
of here.
golden one.
I like that plan.
Let's find this stuff and get out
I
of
like
here.
that plan.
I'd have been trying to
We're
protect
here.
all the other ones.
I would like to get the
Yeah, but
stuff.
as soon
and-
as
Well, while
that
you
works.
guys consider finding the trapdoor that should lead you to where Geralt's stash is hidden so that you could potentially use him as an ally, we will all take a break. A break to consider these noble creatures, to consider the good they could have done in the world if their lives hadn't been so tragically cut short. We'll be back in a few moments. But the deer won't.
Please make yourselves comfortable. My home is your home. My nuts are your nuts. I apologize about the condition of the place. I rarely get visitors.
We're not here to visit. You mentioned something about curses. Can you help us or not?
I'm getting to that, meat stick. Sorry, I have a condition.
Insanity?
So tell me about this problem.
Kind of embarrassing.
Courage, Lord Krag!
It's just I'm having trouble performing.
Well, that happens to everyone at some time or another.
I just was always ready to go at any time. At a moment's notice, I could jump into action. In the middle of the night, early in the morning, how there were times I had to go all day again and again. And now every time I try, I just can't.
It happens to everyone, really. I mean, it's a more common problem than you think.
We gotta get in there.
Oh, do we?
How are you this time?
Machine work?
Will it explode?
Ah!
So you're not going to hurt me?
Huh? Trust work of science? No.
And all of this is science?
Yes. Want see? Please, come, look at table. This latest invention works 6 months, Drusk very proud. Called Knife Hammer, for when one stab with hammer. Also, chair, 150% more nail. Drusk work weeks.
Everyone, this is Drusk.
Drusk.
He's an orc of science.
Science!
What are you doing out here, and where's the rest of your horde?
No horde. Drusk banished.
Oh, so you're out here all alone?
Drusk not sad. More time for science and less beating.
Ooh, that may not be entirely true. See, we're here to stop you.
Huh? Cannot stop. Nearly finished. With greatest pension ever. Revolutionize industry. Spikeinator. Add spike to anything.
Anything.
Anything. Chair, table, human.
Listen, Drusk. I appreciate a good spike as much as the next guy. But it seems the witches, they have an issue with your work.
Cannot stop. Science. Too important.
We'll only ask nicely once.
Puny man. Threaten Drusk?
Wait, I need to find Exodius.
Huh? Hey! Give Drusk that! Drusk Journal private.
Don't sweat it, Drusk. I've seen that witch. She is quite the looker.
Oh, it's so pretty. Drusk one bash your back of skull. Drag back to stronghold.
Sir Gerald's guide suggests that a key to a fair maiden's heart is through a series
I assure you that this man knows nothing about any part of any maiden.
What?
Oh, not true. Breasts.
Quigley, I am impressed with you. Angie, your rebuttal.
Why don't we help you talk to the pretty witch? Then maybe you guys can work out your issues face to face.
Maybe Drusk see breasts.
Maybe Drusk take bath and see where we go from there.
Deal. Huh.
Oh, I'm gonna go tell them that we're coming so you don't scare them, okay?
But Drusk need to scare. Otherwise expected when hit on side of head with rock.
Oh, no. See, we use our words.
That never work.
Just wait here, okay?
All right, Quigley.
Words?
You paid attention? Get over here. I'll show you. Game time.
Hi. Angie said you wanted to see me. Just so you know, we can totally be friends, but
I'm pretty witch.
I'm sorry. Maybe you weren't listening. I was just saying that I could really never be into somebody so green. It just wouldn't work.
For you. It's for stabbing with hammers.
Do you understand that not only are you terrorizing this entire forest, but you're keeping us up all night with this unholy racket?
Yes.
Well, stop it.
Hi.
Well, if Pretty Witch make baby with Drusk, that is to say, if Pretty Witch go on date with Drusk, Drusk maybe not have time for science.
Of course. The only man to ever ask me out to lunch is an orc.
Orc of science.
Still, I do like it when my sister's not the center of attention for once.
Drusk be good. Drusk promise.
Fine. Here, tomorrow, noon. Don't be late. I'm cooking. There's no telling what horrible things you eat. And if I so much as hear one explosion after 7, it's off. Now get lost.
Woohoo!
That was so sweet.
Yeah, whatever.
Can we just lift this curse already?
Steady, barbarian. Are you ready to face the festering darkness within? Many men have chased the shadowy roads of the soul only to come out completely changed.
I will defeat any enemy, within or without.
And I shall be within you as well. Also defeating your enemies.
All right. Greg, let's go get Quigley inside, yeah?
Shut up, Marcus.
So wait, are we all doing this inside as a people thing?
Shut up, Marcus.
Everybody's doing it. Let's all get inside of Krag.
Shut up, Marcus.
Alex, come on. We're getting inside of people.
Hey everybody, do you know what the Fantasy Network is? Well, you should, because it's awesome. It is the place you can go to watch Walking in Circles at the highest quality that it has ever been. Not to mention a whole bunch of awesome independent fantasy content, which we know you love because you're here watching dragons and things. If you want to get free access to that, all you got to do is go over to patreon.com/thatdragonshow. Support us at the $10 level and up, and you will get free access to the Fantasy Network. That's all, but you help the show and you get access to all that content. It's awesome. You can check them out at thefantasy.network if you want to take a look at what you're dipping your feet into. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
Day 2, season 2.
Crack him!
Pop-Tart!
Whole lot of this. This is, yeah, we've been doing this for a couple hours now.
We were gonna chill in the cabin.
Show's called Sitting in Circles, right?
But you know what? I got an arrow in my chest.
Kind of got like a little group.
Is it better than sitting on the ground for 6 hours?
This is much easier than putting arrows in your chest last year.
It's taped on there, right?
Yeah. You wouldn't know anything about that.
Should we Gorilla Glue just
I'm hoping it's gluten-free.
I want to see what's it.
That's good. Those are Azim's, Azim's nuts.
I'm eating Azim's nuts.
Let's all go home.
So we're back. We did a little bit of shooting.
A little bit.
Then we had lunch. We had a pretty good lunch. And now we're back to doing this.
I'll ask her.
We're back.
3 times in 2 days. That's tape.
We're back to this. We're not sitting this time. Last time we were all sitting on the log, though. This time we're not. We're standing around. That's cool.
Very exciting. Here on the set.
You're on the set right now.
On the set of
Season 2.
Can you do me a favor and slip that back into the... Yep.
Season 2. It doesn't get any more exciting than this.
You're not filming me anymore?
At the moment, no.
Into the book.
Speaking of which,
That's a tick. Speaking of which, bend over.
beat it like you take over, like his son takes over, you know?
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out during the break. Or if you're not, you'll see this at some point. But remember the Twitch Prime subscription that you have? Renew that sucker. Don't be like me and always forget. I do subscribe to our show. I mean, it's free. Do it. Go now. Resubscribe. All right. I'll see you after the break.
My name's Don Kidd. I play Drusk, the Orc of Science. Drusk is just fun. The backstory behind Drusk is that he was an orc raised in a tribe and ostracized because he loved science. And, you know, for orcs, why would orcs love science? Orcs are all about strength and might and the physical aspects of things. Whereas he aspired to something more. He's a revolutionary. He's Copernicus, who can't really tie his shoes. I've never performed in full prosthetics before. It was a new experience for me. Luckily, I'm a big, boisterous guy. I move a lot. I have a lot of facial expressions. I'm over-energetic. A favorite phrase of people for me in college was, the tub is full, as in, you've given us more than enough. In this situation, finally, for the first time, I can overflow that tub as much as I want, and it's okay, because the prosthesis helps kind of put it together. It was a process I did have to think consciously about, though, especially when it came to talking. In order to make the mouth look like it's moving, I had to overemphasize the way my jaw worked on every phrase. Season 1 has some great writing, it has some great character moments and stuff like that. So when I watched Season 2, I noticed how all of that kind of tightened up, got better, but also was much more visually sort of drawing you in. Just brings you more into the world and makes you more invested in the world. So I'm hoping that people will become even more excited for just everything about it. Drusk, Orc of Science. Out.
So being a part of season 2 and helping out with the development of it, I got to go location scout, which is one of my very favorite things to do, just because I love to explore and I love adventure.
Hi, I'm Katie Wilson, and today on Where Are We Filming? We are here in the desert.
So getting to go, 2, 3, 4 hours outside of LA to find a forest and just driving until you see something cool and just saying, okay, we're stopping, we're gonna go into the forest and check it out. And that's pretty much how we found most of our locations for season 2. We just put a lot of time into driving around and finding the right spots and stopping and saying, okay, this is where we're gonna film. Let's try to figure out how we get everyone up here now.
We were filming a fantasy series. We needed a lot of outdoor locations, we needed a lot of wilderness shots, and we also needed a lot of diversity in the visuals we were gonna represent so that we could get the scope of the journey that the characters were taking. I had a location for one of the secondary characters that the party encounters, and he needed a home. He is this hermit who lives in the woods. He has his home base, his spot. And we find this perfect grove of pine trees.
There's a perfect one tree right here. In fact, this might even be a good spot to do the fight rather than put Angie.
When we go up there and it's almost immediate. I see this place and I'm thinking, boom, there's the grove we need. It's right there.
This'l's home is really funny just because it's basically a bunch of stuff set up in the middle of the woods. It's not, I don't think, he doesn't have a roof at all, but he's got like a bookshelf with some random trinkets and a chest and I think I might have had a stump as a table. It's just all these random things. So I love just being able to look around and see like, okay, take in a bit more. Okay, this is kind of part of who Thistle is. It was very cool coming onto the set that day and just being like, okay, this is home. It feels homey.
It was really cool as a writer to actually see something that you had created and realize that it existed. It's real.
One thing I loved about Greebel's shop is it's very atmospheric. They're blowing smoke with the fog machine in there, and I thought it really gave it a really good atmosphere. And Greebel's shop was set in their living room. They built the shop in the living room.
That's our living room. We're going to change that into Greebel's shop. Right now there's a discussion going on as to how we're going to live while we do that, but I'm not concerned with that because what else is there besides walking in circles, right?
I was actually really impressed at how they put so much stuff into that shop. They put a whole tent, all kinds of little skulls and swords and trinkets. I don't know where they got them, but I like Greebel's shop. I might apply for a position at Greebel's shop. Exorius forged in Dragonfire.
This guy wanted to ask me a question. Why didn't he just ask me?
Well, it's for everybody. It's for all the viewers out there.
A viewer? Like we're being watched? Right now?
Well, no, I mean, we're recording it so they can be watched later. That's what this is for.
You're telling me that thing has been watching me the entire time, and other people watch what it sees?
Yeah.
Sorcery. Unacceptable.
Hey everybody, it is the second half of the second episode.
Grab those
the
gutlers.
second season. Why did you take that moment from me? It was my favorite thing to say. You ruined my life with your stupidness. Do it all over again. No, do the whole show over again. We're starting over from episode 1, way back in the mountains. I'm done. No, it's fine. I don't know.
So I gotta leave things I would like to change.
Tear down the Krag Cave, rebuild it, and then.
No.
It's your fault, Krag. Your fault. You did it.
It's Duchess of Dino's fault.
It's Duchess of Dino's fault? Okay, I'll blame her too. We're back with our second half of the episode. Yeah, we do have the replica Krag Cave is up. Thanks to Lucas Martinez for sending that to Krag for Kragmas. It is by far the most intricate Kragmas GIF I think we ever could have gotten.
I feel like we should do a whole episode where we just put it real close and all of us are using
we do like a
toothpicks
Lego
to move
animated
around
one.
our Legos.
Yeah, sounds good.
Claret casts a spell that turns everyone to Legos. Oh no.
Ooh.
Why is Claret the evil one in this situation?
I don't know if that'd be
A
evil.
snake lady.
Just cause. Cause why not? Yeah, so we're gonna play some Pathfinder. Before we play some Pathfinder, we are gonna talk about the prize that we have coming out to a lucky winner this episode. I promised you guys that if you shared, you might win a prize. One of you will. Who will it be? I don't know. I couldn't tell you till the end of the episode, but I will tell you that person, that mystery person, is going to win an adventure. An adventure into the halls of the Mountain King. Ooh. A book from the Open Gaming Store, where you could find this and many other, both physical books and PDFs that for easy download if you want something quick. This one is an adventure compatible with the Pathfinder role-playing game. It is for mid to high-level adventurers, so if you've got a campaign that you want to start, you do skip the low levels, go right to the high-level stuff. You know, you're done with being level 1. It's time to be level 8 or 9 or 10. This is the adventure for you. That will be coming out to one of you lucky sharers coming at the end of the episode. But before that, I gotta see if I can kill these guys. I haven't been able to do it so far. Failed at every turn. But maybe the second half of this episode is gonna be my lucky moment.
Jim Jam, you didn't fail at every turn.
That's true. I got one
Don't
again.
make me
But she
punch you in
came
the
back. But she came back, darn it.
And to start things off, Dat Storian has dropped the gauntlet 500 bits.
That sounds like an entry into the Dogmite giveaway to me.
And Eva Bang has subscribed.
Thank you, Eva, for sticking with us.
That story was very excited for never before seen footage.
Yes, that's right. We've had some new mid show stuff coming out, and we're going to continue to have new never before seen footage coming out.
I don't think I've ever even seen that footage.
That's very likely.
It's called walking in circles.
No, it was the ass.
What's up, dude?
Not that swimmer. Oh my gosh.
How you doing over there, Ben?
What's happening?
You
I found it. I was telling
Good.
him what he dropped because they're called what, Norwegian swimmers.
They're Scandinavian
So I
swimmers.
said he dropped the swimmer, but never mind.
Or as Ben likes to call them,
Ready.
Scandinavian swimmers.
You call them Scandinavian. That was the Ask Krag segment, right?
Yeah.
Adam, or Ask Krag.
Ask Krag.
Ask Krag.
Ask
Krag.
Like Brick Krag with 2 Ks.
With 2 S's?
2 S's, yeah.
Ask
Slow it
Krag
down.
with 2 S's.
Slow it down. Ask
Krag.
Ask Krag.
Ask Krag.
Just go ahead and ask me anything.
Scrag.
Ask Krag.
My rod.
Duchess of Dino says, grab those gauntlers.
Grab
were you
those
really going to read
gauntlers.
that?
You grab the gauntlers. You have some gauntlers in your hands. You guys have been in this clearing, looking for a trapdoor in the ruins. They're basically just the low foundation of an old mill, long gone.
Whoa.
But you find it. It takes you a few minutes,
We found it?
but you find it.
Oh.
You find the door that Geralt mentioned that will lead you to his stash. You hope, provided he was telling the truth.
He wasn't.
You clear away the brush, dirt, and sticks laid down to camouflage the door and grab the rusty iron ring, pulling with all your might to haul it open as a dank, musty smell erupts from an uncovered staircase.
Hacks are always in the basement.
Staircase.
I've taught her well.
I missed it.
How's she feel about daggers?
You talking to her sleep. That was the problem.
So,
I tried boldly.
Ah, yes, you go down into the basement.
Wait, is this too dark? You need light.
Is it too dark down there? Alex is standing at the top like, is it too dark?
I can light something.
Is it too dark?
Lighting.
Bing! It's now never
She
too
likes
dark.
my bald
The
head.
night light turns on.
Didn't know where he was
Yeah, I didn't either when I heard bald. She likes my bald head. I was like, where are you going? Ball what?
Keep going.
Shines through the eye slits.
You guys are, who is all going down? Just Quiggles?
I'll go behind.
No, we're going.
Yeah.
Down.
Okay.
Down.
All right. Is Krag going?
I think someone needs to stay up here.
Okay, someone needs to stay up.
Going
Okay.
down,
You're going to
Kimbleton.
swing it.
You know what they always say: split the
Do you
party.
want me to
is the
stay?
best
Do you want
way
me to
to
stay
survive.
with you, or are you all right up here by yourself?
No.
I think that we
Don't you think we're gonna get locked? What if someone closes the door behind us? Can we get out?
You're very strong.
We're all going down. Wolfpack style.
Everybody goes down into the perfectly safe basement where nothing bad has ever happened to anyone.
There's hags. There's a hag in here.
Should have stayed up. I
you
should have stayed up.
Take the chickens.
I take that back to him. I stayed up there. I closed the door.
It's too late. You enter a long forgotten space cut out of the hard, packed earth. There are cobwebs everywhere and several pieces of rotting furniture. Against the far wall is an open trunk with fabric spilling out, maybe old rugs or linens. Broken, discarded wood makes a pile in another corner, and you also see a table covered in rusted, broken tools.
This must be his home. That's it?
We don't see. Didn't he say it was in?
Yeah, he said it's somewhere down here, yeah.
But he said it was in
leather trunk. It's not in a fan treasure chest, no. I'm sorry, Krag.
Start looking.
Okay.
We start looking. Be careful for traps, guys.
Take a 20.
Where do you want to look?
magic.
You detect a little bit of magic coming from the pile of wood.
There's something over at that wood area.
It's magical wood.
Isn't all wood magical?
There's magic over there.
Yeah,
We
there
go. We go to the.
Over there.
Over there. We go to the magic wood.
Yes.
Okay. You go to the magic wood. You guys pour yourselves a drink.
And we relieve ourselves.
Relieve yourselves.
On the magic wood.
On the magic wood. It's magic now.
Everyone's gone.
You pull aside some of the old rotting wood, and underneath it all, covered in sort of a canvas, is a
Ironwood?
leather trunk.
We found it.
Found it.
Yeah.
That's it, guys.
No, let me detect a trap.
Wait, you're gonna open it?
I'm gonna detect a trap.
It's a trap. Yeah.
Disable device.
I think
no,
we should
detect
open
trap.
it.
Detect trap.
See what he's working with, right?
Show me what you're
Wait
working
for
with.
her, or so help
Wait
me.
for me. 18. 3 plus 15.
Yeah, that's
There's such a big difference when you say 18 between 18, or it's 5 plus 13, right? That's so your total is 18. All right, got you. You don't detect anything that
Are we
appears
doing
to be
wood jokes
dangerous.
No, no wood jokes.
We're done.
We're done with wood jokes.
No wood jokes. We didn't even start. We didn't even start.
We
got the
barely
second
started
half.
with wood jokes. All right.
Second half wood jokes.
Okay.
So it's.
Can we grab it?
Is
and
it
go?
trapped?
No, there's no traps.
Open it up.
Okay.
Wow, that was demanding. But here we are.
I try and open it up.
There is a combination lock.
A combination. Did he give us a
Feisty
combination?
little-
He didn't give us a combination. He doesn't want us to open his things.
Well, then I take my Masterwork Thieves tools out. And
There is no like keyhole. This is a
it's
yeah.
like
There's
an
no key.
actual
It's like yeah.
Or a thing.
Yeah.
Fine. What does it look like? Like, is it letters? Is it numbers?
It is numbers. It's a
dial?
numerical code.
How many numbers?
Can I detect magic on the box?
5. Yes.
Detect magic.
Okay. Yeah. That's where the magical ores.
Dispel magic.
Though the magical ores are inside the box.
So I can't dispel.
What
You
are
can't
the
dispel.
numbers?
What's his sizes? Hips.
We
Jim.
can't open the
What they do with everything. It's like the sizes of a painting. Whatever. That's what they did in Sherlock.
How
Let's
many?
talk about size of wood.
I love Sherlock.
Is it like
So-
like scrolling wheels or?
Yes. Scrolling.
That's what I was
wheels.
asking.
And what are the numbers? What through? Is it like
1
How
through
many?
9.
1 through 9 or 0 through 9?
Yeah.
We take 20
And
and,
how
we do
many is
every
it? Is it
combination.
4?
Yeah, that would.
many?
There's.
What about the lockout? What about the dangerous lockout that you guys are forgetting?
How many numbers?
There are 4.
You said
4?
I thought you
4.
said 5.
Sorry. Yeah, I misspoke. There are 4.
4 numbers.
Oops.
It's Lucas Martinez says later points. That wood is magical. Krag to himself. Been a while since I heard her say that.
Oh, here we are.
Duchess of Dino said, "Would this count as Pulp Fiction?"
Let's give it.
Wood.
Yeah.
Pulp.
Wood.
All right. Well,
So-
we have it. We should get back then.
Can I take 20 and look around the room and see if there's anything that has numbers on it or like?
Yeah, sure. Where else do you want to look? There's the like trunk that's sort of like open with all this fabric in it. There's some furniture. There's the table with some rusty tools on it.
If you open
We don't look.
Let me look
furniture,
over
what
at the
would
rusty
you get?
tools. Like what kind
Okay,
of
yeah. I mean,
tools
like
they
it
are.
looks like basic farm implements. None of them. They're so badly worn from time. Like you couldn't even begin to use them for anything.
Well, whatever's in there is
What about the trunk with all the fabric?
Okay. You go poking around in this fabric, and you pull some of it aside, and there's like this deeply wet, moldy smell that like wafts up out of it as this like puff of yellow spores like swirls up.
We have to get out.
And fills the room.
Grab the thing.
And
fills the room.
Everybody.
Wait, fills the room.
Everybody,
Jim.
make a fortitude save.
Dang it,
This is a
get out, we
poison.
gotta get out.
Jim, what if they all fail?
Jim, 18.
Then they'll
Constitution
die.
damage affects their fortitude saves, right?
It does, but they were healed of their Constitution damage.
18.
Okay.
20.
20.
22.
Boring.
17.
Lyra's head is down. Did you?
Jared, I used my +3 to future D20.
Oh, great! No, I don't have that. +1. That would definitely be
6.
A 9.
A 9. Finally, somebody who does things right and lets me play for a minute. You take, as you begin to cough and hack, you take 2 points of Constitution damage.
Again?
Again.
They really
You
tried to
guys
kill
see,
me.
like, you guys are, like, fighting off the effects of these spores. The cloud settles, and you see her, like, reflexively, she, like, gasps, and she, like, inhales. You can all, like, see the individual spores, like, enter her lungs, down into her mouth, and she starts coughing and hacking, and she's on her knees, and, like, her skin is starting to turn yellow. Her eyes are going bloodshot.
I reach up and I
We're
say...
going to do this round by round.
What?
The first round, she takes 2 points of Constitution damage. Alex, do you do anything?
I don't know what to do. Should I pour something down her throat? I don't know.
You don't. If you don't have an action, you don't do it. That's fine.
100%. Pour it.
I'm in for life says she hacks up a fan treasure chest.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to do about
quickly,
sports
you
and
react.
stuff. We too. Go outside.
I
Let's
yell,
go.
everyone cover your mouths. And I reach in and I take my gross shirt. I mean, it's disgusting. And I cover my mouth with it and
Make a fortitude save.
To not throw up.
17 on the die. We're okay. And I charge upstairs to try and open the...
You charge. Yeah, I mean, you guys didn't close it behind you, I assumed. So,
Yeah, so-
you open it. Krag, are you going to do anything?
I'm going to go to grab her and
Okay.
get her out, and I'm going to say grab the chest. Did anyone take
Okay.
I'll grab that.
You're going to grab the chest? Lyra, I need another fortitude save from you. Now,
Air
remember...
bubble. Casting air bubble.
You've already been infected. Now you need to make a fortitude save. Now you took 2 points of Constitution damage, so whatever your sheet says, it's going to be +1 less, 1 fewer than what you were adding before.
Ooh.
What do I do it? I got 3 on the die.
That's so bad. You take another 2 points of Constitution damage. As you're like in Krag's arms. You feel like your lungs. It's like on a really super humid day when you take too big of a breath and you can it hurts the inside of your lungs and you can feel like it's spreading throughout your body.
Again?
And
Yes.
I
He
got
does
this
it
is
every
the
time.
scores.
I've always
This is the game.
And that was the first round of this effect.
No.
Everybody else has run upstairs except for Kimbleton. Everybody else. Because you grabbed your stuff, you ran upstairs. Does anybody else have a thing to do to try to help her?
No, just fresh air. Get her in fresh air for a second.
No.
Fortitude save, Lyra.
There's nothing I can
Can I
do.
try a heal check?
Fortitude, even though I'm out?
Yeah. It's again. This is in you. You are currently under the effects of a poison that will continue to do its thing until it runs its course or you die.
I quickly. Is she wearing a cloak of resistance?
I don't believe so, but it takes the 24 hours to reattune.
You're right. Yep.
Yes.
I have poison antidote. I have 2. Can I give her one?
Yeah, it'll give her a bonus to her save.
Okay. Yeah. So I give her 1 and it says +2.
Okay, so you're going to make another fortitude save. This one is going to be your normal bonus because of the antidote.
Jim, I have furs that give +2 to a fortitude save.
You don't.
Oh, it says right here. For cold weather, fortitude saves, Jim.
That does not look like a face that That feels
That's
good.
3.
3 on the die.
Sometimes the dice tell the story.
Lyra, you take 2 more points of Constitution
She's
damage.
She's 4 points away from death.
I'm
Can I
gonna die.
do a heal check?
Yeah, by all means, if you are trained in the heal skill, make that
Can
check.
I aid him?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a I'm gonna reroll that. Oh yeah, that's better. 24.
I aid, so 26.
I use my reroll, yeah. So 24.
26.
26 with the 8.
Okay. She is being affected by yellow mold spores. They typically will. They work very fast. They're very deadly, but they will run their course very quickly as well. Lyra, 1 more fortitude save.
She uses her bracelet. It gives her +3 to bracelet checks.
Yes, but this isn't a bracelet check.
But she's bracing for damage.
Like, yeah.
9.
Aren't you adding anything?
It ticks down
Oh,
at
sorry,
least
I'm sorry.
1.
Didn't you give her the...
I gave her the poison anecdote. That gives her +2.
Right, which gives her a bonus, an alchemical bonus to her
So
fortitude
11?
save. So
Oh.
11.
What's your fortitude? You get a +2 on your fortitude save.
Nope.
Oh.
No?
Because she's down 4.
Yeah, she's
down.
Oh,
because her
every time the
constitution
con
is
goes down.
so
Down
yeah, fortitude
6,
save
so
is
she takes
based
a
on constitution.
-3 to the
11.
fortitude.
You take 3 more points
She's
of
1 point
constitution
away from
damage. And the poison has run its course.
Jim, can I use these bandages of recovery that we got?
They will not really. They will
need
sort of
save.
help her.
I don't
Their
have
their
any lesser
primary
restoration.
primary
Can
use
you
is
even
for hit
talk?
point
Are you-
damage.
Oh, okay.
Jim, can
Yeah.
I put a bomb on it?
Put
I have a bomb. I have a bomb.
Help me!
Can I put a bomb? Can I put a bomb on it?
A
Where
bomb!
would you put the bomb? I got a bomb. I don't know. I
You gonna
put
put the bomb in her mouth?
I could put the bomb in her mouth.
I thought he said bomb!
I thought you said bomb. I thought you said
Balm.
Can I put a bomb on it?
Balm. I'm gonna put a balm on it.
I'll
Who told you to put a bomb on it? Did I tell you to put a bomb on it?
What is happening?
I don't know.
What is happening?
Chat has
ever?
announced Guntler Rush.
Guntler Rush, yeah. And now the Guntlers.
It's Lucas Martinez says the yellow gas is just Diana's band practicing.
Sorry.
We gotta-
I
we
was
gotta
the one
get-
who opened it.
We got to get her back to town. She's gonna die.
We'll have to. I'll take point and
Can I
we'll
just
just
fall
start heading
asleep?
back.
I
You
think you're
basically are at
basically
this
out.
point,
Yeah.
like
And we have the
barely
box.
able to
Yeah.
stand.
Yes.
Like,
It's the scene in Gladiator
I've
when
got the box.
he's
your
floating.
skin is like hanging off of your bones.
Oh, wow.
Your it's
can we-
yellow and almost like thin and papery feel.
It's like overcooked rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, like it's it's bad.
Can we put the trunk inside your bag of holding?
You want to put Lyra inside my bag of holding?
No,
the
the
trunk.
trunk inside. The trunk.
We don't want anyone
The le-
to see
the
when we run
leather
back into
case,
town.
Okay, will it fit? Will the trunk fit in my bag?
Matt GF says, if you liked it, you should have put a balm on it.
Is this when the deer shows back up?
No.
That historian says 9 points of con damage. Man, spore one for Jim Jam.
Oh my god. No. Stop it.
You're all so punny.
Can we fit this leather chest in my bag?
It's imagine it like a small traveling suitcase size. Like you could just carry it if you wanted to. Like it's not huge. It's not big. You can fit it in your bag. Yes, easily.
Yeah, because to hide it, we'll put it in my bag.
Put it in your bag
with the Gauntlers.
Sure.
With the
With the Gauntlers.
non-Gauntlers.
Was there anything else in that box? Did she see anything else?
Some spores.
No, it's
Just some spores. There's probably some more spores down there. You want to go see?
I'm immune to disease.
You are.
Are you immune to poison? No. So why don't you take that smug, bald head of yours and get out of my game?
Clever girl.
Okay, you basically carrying Lyra back to town. She's like coughing and hacking, and actually, like you can see
over her shoulder,
blood coming out, dribbling out of her mouth every once in a while.
I'm so sorry.
Her eyes are completely bloodshot. Her skin again, that almost like translucent yellow. You can see the blue of her veins. Like she is.
Thank you.
She is almost dead. It looks so bad. It looks as if she had only one more point of constitution.
Gosh.
But you guys get back to town. When you do, where do you go?
To the church. A church.
There is no church in town.
Is there someone that we know?
To the...
We gotta go back to
the inn.
The inn.
Yeah.
Where you're at.
I don't have any money.
Ian, I have money.
I've got money too.
Yeah.
He charges like 10 gold pieces per person.
It's alright.
20?
I bought yours last time, remember?
It was 10.
You're taking a sick person.
I didn't realize this. Actually, almost had to change your hair again.
Yeah, we go back and talk to the guy who really hates us, but we really want to talk to him.
He was really nice
that
to
guy.
me.
Dog guy?
He was really nice to her, though.
Yeah.
Remember, I did good there.
So you guys are making your way back towards the inn, right? That's what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Cool. As you are making your way back into the town, yes, Lyra, yes.
Kill me.
I will do whatever I want.
Krag's protecting you. You're okay right now.
As you're making your way back towards the inn through the muddy streets of this town, you hear shouting coming from that direction. And as you look, a young man in a torn green tunic stumbles backwards onto the street and falls into the mud. He's quickly back on his feet as a broad-chested man dressed in simple rough-spun clothing bursts into the sunlight. You notice an ever so slightly green tint to this new man's skin, and a particular jut to the bottom half of his jaw that identifies him as a half-orc. He stands just outside the door, and both men are glaring daggers at one another. And the man who's just picked himself up off the ground says, "See? A monster! Right here in town!" You know he's dangerous. He's always been dangerous, and now he's feeding us to the wolves, one by one. Did they turn you into one of them yet? Or is that the prize you're getting for selling us all out, you monster? And the young man in the torn shirt spits on the ground, and as he does so, the half-orc, who has been sort of standing there bearing all of this in stoic silence, curls his hands into two big fists and starts marching forward towards this man. And Quigley
and I strike
rushes to... Okay, you rush in, make a CM... This guy is like going to hit him. You gotta make a check to grab him.
I don't mind if he hits me.
Are you going to grab the smaller guy, or are you going to try to grab the half-orc?
I'm going to... Can I just step in between them?
You can, yeah. You can interpose yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to step in between them.
Sure. Okay. You step in between them, and this half-orc sees you, and he's going to try to swing at you. I mean, you just get up in his face when he's all raged out.
Before you do that,
yes.
Matt GJ says, "Hello from Singapore, everyone.
Singapore.
BTW,
Hey.
I am new here.
Awesome.
We are glad you're
Good
here.
to see you.
Singapore. That's so cool.
You'll get to see me bean Quigley with a punch to the face.
All right.
He doesn't hit you. Comes in, you duck your head to the side, and he's gonna try to push past you. Like,
Say,
what do you do?
Hold on. Everyone, calm down. Everyone just breathe.
This guy, like, he's beyond.
There's a lot of
reason.
tension here, and I'm sure that no one wants to injure one another.
As you're talking, like, he's moving around you to go and rush this guy.
Every move that he makes, I'm countering.
Okay.
I'm just stepping.
You're just calculating it? You're making it? All right, make a CMB check.
And while we're waiting for that jukebox, Raccoon has just cheered 500 bits.
Yeah, what's that dice tray?
That's an entry to dog.
That's an entry to
Lucas
dog night.
Martinez says, "Evil Jim Jam, I will do whatever I want." Suddenly, a werewolf riding atop a guntler rides towards you. What do you do?
That would be a 29.
29. So yeah, you're able to like hold this guy back. He's trying to push through you, but you are a trained warrior. You've got this handled.
And I sort of lean in when he comes in, and I go, "Listen, doing something right now in the streets in front of everyone will not prove anything except you are exactly what he says you are."
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh, that's good.
Is anybody else doing anything while this is occurring?
I'm holding Lyra that's all withered away to like
Dying.
an
I'm gonna
overcooked
walk
rotisserie
towards
chicken.
the halfling guy.
Yeah.
So I can get ready to just relay him and run with him if something happens.
23.
23. Oh yeah. So you like can see as you're like blocking this guy from getting to his opponent, and his eyes meet yours as you're talking to him. and he like it's almost like he you see this like blind rage sort of like calm down, and he just sort of grunts, and you can see like he relaxes a little bit.
And then I turn towards the other gentleman and I say, well, obviously, if you're going to be throwing around accusations like that, you have some proof. I'd love to see it.
Proof? You saw what he did. He almost killed me right here in front of everyone. I mean, he's a monster. That's all. What proof do you need? Monsters, truck with monsters. That's the way it always has been.
I'm very sorry, sir, but if you spoke to me that way, I might well throw a fist at you as well. But
what?
I tend to want to listen rather than punch first or judge one another by what they look like. So I'm here to ask you, obviously, what you think that you're bringing to the table with your accusations. Do you think that it's helping the town? Because I certainly, I don't think that it's helping the town in any way.
How could rooting out the monsters not help us all?
Well,
we could save ourselves if we could get rid of the traitors in our midst.
I certainly agree with that, absolutely. However, you have made no investigation of what kind whatsoever. You just have judged a person based upon how they look, and certainly if I were to look at you, I would say that you're probably about to get whooped. Is that a proper judgment of you? Because perhaps you could hold yourself in a fight, but I don't know that. See, I'm not going to judge you based upon what you're doing right now. What I am going to judge is what information I can find.
I don't have to listen to you. I'll tell Moira about this, and the town guard will sort all this out.
Oh, certainly. And when you talk to her, make sure to mention that I just saved your life.
No, I won't do that. He turns around and starts stomping off through the mud.
All right.
Did you successfully diffuse the situation?
Wow, Sylvan, she says, wait, quickly doing diplomacy. It's like crazy opposite world. Where's the striding?
I did stride.
He strode boldly forth and used diplomacy all in the same breath.
Silent H says, Lyra dying in Krag's arms. Still arguing with each other. All's right in the world.
Quickly, you get 1 gold star.
1 golden star.
You heard Marcus.
Just 1?
Jim, you said monsters truck with monsters.
Yes.
I just picture like a keep on trucking tattoo. Is that like a tattoo in the town? Does that guy have a monsters truck with monsters?
Yes.
And to prove that our chat room is truly a generous community, our new friend from Singapore, Matt GJ, has just been given a tier 1 sub from the real Otis 98.
All right. Thank you for getting those subs out.
And then Matt GJ decided to follow anyways.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, Matt.
Follow all the way from
See,
Singapore.
you can't come in here and be brand new without getting a.
You're gonna get a sub.
You're gonna get subbed.
You're gonna get subbed.
You come in here, you're getting subbed.
I think you should read Imp in my head.
And Imp in my head says, bye, Felicia. I turn to the half-orc gentleman and I say, well, I'm very sorry about that. Try not to take it out on the people here. The tensions of this town are quite high. It has nothing to do with you.
Ask him if he's a healer.
Yes, he is actually a 12th level cleric in disguise.
Oh, lucky day! It's my birthday after all. It's okay. We got it. He's a 12th level dealer.
Take the board. Dealer.
He's a
dealer.
Healer.
He gives you a potion of heroin.
Scraping everywhere.
What do we take her?
I think we just need to take her back to the inn. Is everything all right with you?
Yes, I'm used to it. There are some who have always talked, and I think you're right that tensions recently have made it worse. I will keep my head better, though.
Do you have a name?
Yes.
I am so quickly.
That's nice. Thank you for saving me, but
Did that gentleman have a name?
Him. People around here we call him Squee.
Squee?
Squee, but don't say that to his face. He will get very angry.
Sylvan Side has cheered 105 bits, and Dark Angel 7853 is now following.
Oh, thank you, Dark Angel!
Thank you.
Dark Angels. And also, Sylvan Sheet, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
And are you back over by him, or are you by us?
I'm by him.
Because in my head, I'm also assessing this guy. He may, in my brain, I'm thinking he might already be turned, so he could be a werewolf, because he's a strong person in town. What did you half orc could be turned into a werewolf? No,
no, that's true. But I'm agreeing with your assessment. A very strong person.
You're not in my head.
Imp's in my head.
Get no.
Got him. Got him.
Nobody was someplace else earlier.
That was not. That was not a thing, Brian.
We need to ask around to see if there's a healer in town or someone who can help Lyra.
And I'd say, can't you just touch yourself and... Is she even awake?
She's out.
I have to sleep in order to at least.
She's sleeping on your shoulder. She's trying to get those 8 hours right now.
We take her back to the end. Someone should go grab Moira.
Here, someone go in with some gold, because we can't bring her into the inn like
Here,
this.
I hand you like 40 gold pieces.
Hand me for... Why...
It's for the inn.
I can't bring her
Is
in.
that how you're holding me?
Okay.
Yeah, over my shoulder.
Sorry.
You're like...
It's not.
It's the easiest way to carry something is over the shoulder.
It's not something. Of course, right now I look like something.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see all the blood coming.
That's fair. That's fair. It's totally fair.
So, do you have a name?
I mean, it's probably
Something
not
I can
helping,
call
but,
you?
No.
That's what's important.
You can call me Lloyd.
Lloyd.
I thought we already had a Lloyd.
Okay. To the inn.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, who's gonna go in and get the room?
Wasting time.
We're not wasting time. Getting information is... I understand she needs to rest, but...
Find someone.
But we do not all need to sleep for her to sleep.
Yeah, unless I get kidnapped. Are we thinking about this for a second?
You have
Do we hear this? Are you still...
I am unconscious
mouth
hearing
is-
everything. I'm gonna fight.
Every once in a while, she just wakes up to glare at all of you. I could have been kidnapped.
Not everyone. At least the one that just said to leave me there.
She glares at whoever has specifically said something that raises her ire.
I just said not all of us have to be with you while you sleep. Perhaps there's somebody
She
who
wants
would want
24 hours security. All right.
Okay, can we
taking her
Though that does
into-
beg the question: is anybody going to stay with her to try to tend to her wounds?
I mean, I'd probably
Not really wounds, but to try to help her with the
Yeah, we wrap her in that
recovery.
body cast wrap thing. And...
I could stay. Well, yeah, but I mean, also if we're here, I'm not going to be able to.
You have a healer's kit. You can try to provide long-term care, which will help her recover more quickly. If you don't have a healer's kit, you probably are just out of luck, and Lyra's gonna die.
Lyra has a healer's kit.
Nah, Lyra's not awake. We can't really give away her things unless.
Those aren't your
Yeah, that's not her.
we know that there's a healer's kit.
Why would I die?
I'm just being a.
Jim's just pressing your button.
Just being the worst. That's all.
Situation in this room.
Jim's having fun right now. Okay, just let Jim have fun.
It's my turn.
He's having fun.
I'm just saying, if somebody with the heal skill and access to a healer's kit can provide long-term care with a DC something heal check, which I'll get for you, but then that would help her recover more quickly. But it just requires you to basically, like, you're going to spend your day tending to her.
We need to find a healer.
All right, okay.
Someone has to stay with me. Please, somebody stay with me.
I'll stay with you. Holy cow! Even when she's passed out, I hear
I'm
her.
walking into the inn to
Please stay with me.
They're all still talking outside. I walk
Please stay with me.
into the inn and I want
I'm
to
holding
get
you
to another
right now.
room. Hey, we want to keep our rooms that we had before. Is that all right?
She's unconscious, but she's saying,
You've got
Can I ask?
got gold, yes.
How much gold? How much gold?
I
is
don't know
it?
that much energy.
10 each.
10 each. All right, I slide you 40.
50.
50.
50.
Oh, 50 per
She's
person.
not dead
Yeah.
yet.
Do you know a healer in town? Is there someone who can heal? Our friend is not doing good.
Not really, no. We know there's a traveling priest that comes around here sometimes, but we don't have anybody in town.
Is the priest around right now? Do you know?
No. That would be rather convenient, wouldn't it?
Alright, I run
is
to the
a
door.
night of sleep.
Krag, the room's good. We're good for the room. Take her upstairs.
Okay, so then I cover up with some furs and just to,
He does his best.
yeah.
He does his
just
best.
to try to hide the things and go upstairs.
Gotcha.
Bring her to her room.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kevin and Alexander says, "Is the priest's name Laryl?"
Laryl.
Or is it Lyra?
So you are spending your time with Lyra. Are you going to stay with Lyra, or are you going to go
Well,
anything else?
Is he gonna try to tend her? And
Yeah,
have her
he's
heal
like
quicker?
he's basically ripped open her healer's kit. He's looking through like all the herbs and antidotes and poultices that she's got. He's trying
No,
to mix
that
something
thing-
together,
that
trying to
thing
make her
that
some tea.
Alex has wouldn't
The
help.
recovery
The recovery
bandages?
wraps wouldn't.
No, that's not really gonna do a whole
That's
lot.
HP.
Yeah,
That's-
you'd be much better served having that like if somebody's actually wounded. Yeah.
Scott Denuso gets it. Scott Denuso gets it.
Scatanuso says, at least she's wearing her elf ears.
He gets it.
That's true.
You didn't have those on. That's what gave you that one.
However, I
extra
have not been rolling well. I almost died twice now this game.
You really almost died only once.
No, really twice.
Well,
you should have seen what I had.
If
you should have seen it, Jim.
If
That
To be
story
fair,
I
you
warned
didn't almost
Lyra
die the
Lyra,
first
little
time.
ball of spells. I love.
how's she
love
singing
that.
in her sleep?
Well, it's suffocating.
You said she talks in her sleep. Right?
Hey, so
Is there anything
but
that-
if you stay, you can't wolf it and go.
Someone needs to stay with her. I mean, we'll either let.
Is it someone that has to heal?
Yeah,
or
do I have
what?
to have a heal?
Jim, someone have to
If you
heal?
want to provide care for her that will help her recover, you have to have at least a rank trained in the not just a wisdom bonus, but an actual rank of skill point training.
I can do it if you would allow me a moment to talk to Lloyd.
That's fine.
I just want to know if Lloyd has any information. I don't feel like I ever walked away from
So
it.
here's you never
Okay,
walked
I
away.
mean, you can still be out there. That's fine.
It's so funny again. We have found a person that doesn't want to talk to us, and we just want to talk to him.
It's fine. He's allowed to want to talk to people. But I believe Kimbleton has training in the skill, yes. So like Kimbleton could do it. Like this doesn't prevent it unless like Quigley is
but
like
this
better at it or
prevents
wants
the
to be. You know,
wolfing
like-
out and our whole plan from before.
I would gladly do it. Just I'm trying to
Well, we-
figure
okay,
out what's
fine, we-
going on in this town.
Well, he's asking them. I start tending to her right away.
Okay, so you're going to be providing the long-term care. You can go ahead and make your check now, and that's going to represent your 8 hours of activity. It's DC 15.
25.
25. Oh, yeah. So easily enough, you're actually going to recover at double the rate, Lyra, that you normally would. So you'll be getting back 2 points.
It's only going to be several days
in the morning.
Yeah, it's going to be like 4 days.
No, once I have
No,
that,
you'd
then
be
I
good
can
in 4
do
days.
lesser restoration on myself.
Oh, wait. For a full... Okay. So it's... blah, 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 blah.
It's still fairly early, too.
2 ability score points for a full 8 hours rest, or 4 ability score points for each full day of complete rest. So...
Sleeping for a day.
Yeah, you basically would just be there for the whole day. That's going to give you 4 points back.
And then I can do less restoration on myself, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could even do that in the morning if you wanted to. Like, if you wanted to get up earlier, you don't want to take the full day to rest, you could just in the morning, you get your spells back. Like,
I'm gonna have to use quite a few.
I mean,
My rolls are
the best thing I
fabulous
could do is I'd wolf out here and let one of you do it as well. Walk out in the field.
No, I'm not trained, and he's do your thing.
It's gonna take me 10 minutes, and then I'll be back.
We don't have 10 minutes right now.
Go talk to him.
I don't have 10 minutes of your fake time right now.
Are you starting to get
Dark Angel 7853
We're talking 20 I
never left.
says you guys are the only reason I downloaded Twitch.
What?
Thank you
Dark
so
Angel.
That's awesome.
much.
Appreciate it.
you know what?
That's awesome.
This shows the only reason I downloaded Twitch too.
Me too, actually. I thought it was a dancer.
I feel like that
It
should be
is.
Twitch's catchphrase. That Dragon Show.
So
the only
here,
reason why
we're gonna
you
leave you. We're gonna leave you to tend to Lyra, and then Alex and I are gonna go find out where the heck our guy is.
Yeah.
I literally stood there and I was like, "I'll be right back."
I didn't hear you say that.
Okay.
I had
You're talking to Lloyd. That's fine. What do you want to talk to Lloyd about?
I just
talk to
want-
Lloyd. Talk to him.
Yeah. So Lloyd, tell me how much do you know about the situation going around town?
I know as much as everybody else does. I know that everybody is scared because they are dying or they are going missing. And I know that the wolves have been heard at night. And I know that people are saying that others are turning into wolves. And there is a whole pack of them. And they are dangerous, and they are killing.
Hold up into the air.
But
I see the werewolves.
you're not afraid, are you?
I am as not often afraid of much.
Good. If you see anything or hear anything, do you mind letting us know? We're just over at the inn. We're trying to help as best we can, and all the ears on the ground that we can get would be very helpful.
Awesome.
This morning, there was a lot of talk that the newcomers were emissaries of the pack and that you would destroy us all. But I haven't seen anything in you that would lead me to believe that. And I think that you are just trying to do good. So, yes, if I know anything, I will tell you.
All right, and be careful. Don't be afraid, but be careful.
Yes.
And then I leave.
Okay.
And I go to the inn.
No, we find you. No, we've already down there. We found you. You've been gone for about 10 minutes. What have you been doing?
Talking to Lloyd.
The half-orc guy who was
Yeah.
all mad, like, he didn't want to talk to you.
Because of all the dice.
But he did.
Is he a werewolf?
No.
Did you ask him?
Didn't. But I will say this, that we need all the friends we can get here. And hopefully we just made one more. I'll
So
go up.
we got Gary and half-orc.
Oh no, we have Martin and the half-orc. Gary I'm not so sure about. And Moira, that's a friend.
You're a friend.
They grow by the day. And I head upstairs, and I will attend to Lady Lyra's wounds,
Sure,
so that Sir Kimbleton can leave and go about his business as well.
Is there anything else that you guys intend to be doing? Or do you just want to go fast forward to the next morning?
More people die.
I mean, because what is it? It's afternoon time, right?
I mean, it took you guys a while because you went out to the site, you fought, searched, came back. So it's into the maybe like 3-4 o'clock at this point.
Right. Probably at least give us enough time to go out and investigate.
Yeah.
At least a little bit. Before it starts getting too dark.
Who, you three?
Yeah. 3 of us head out into the field.
Yeah.
3 amigos. Head to the house.
Head to the house.
Check out the house.
Should we do house or field?
Start at the field and go to the house.
All right. Cool. All right, we're gonna head out to the field where the
When are you going to do this?
We're gonna do that like as soon as he comes upstairs and starts taking over.
We
because
talk
that was
about
our,
it.
that was our
and
next
say,
plan too.
Yeah.
We're gonna go wolf out at the field, and we're gonna go do the thing. You want to stay here with her and do the thing.
See if we can find out any information at all before it starts getting too dark.
Okay.
Not good.
So you got to the fields.
Are the bodies still there?
No, the bodies have been moved to be prepared for burial.
Everyone's gone.
They're not savages, Krag. They don't just leave people to rot in a cabbage field all day so that you can investigate.
When my bard was killed in my home, I could not get rid of him. His body was there forever.
Okay.
It was terrible. I had to raise him from the dead and have him go outside and then have him turn to ash.
Sounds like a real life.
That's a problem.
Cool.
I'm really excited to go.
Okay, so no bodies. All that.
All right, so we go out to where the bodies were and look around, make sure we're okay, and then I.
No.
No what?
Do in the house.
We're going to the
Maybe
house.
people are watching.
He said we were going to the. All right, fine. I guess we changed plans. We're going to the house instead.
I just don't feel good about you turning into a wolf.
House now?
We're going to their house. Yeah.
Okay.
The house is
Are
right
you? Yeah, I mean, there's the house, just there. Are you guys just walking in?
So we'll walk around the back.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Kind
So
of,
take
we're
the
just walking
surreptitious route.
around,
Okay.
Kind of whistling.
Surreptitiously
you know.
walk into the dead family's home.
And now I'm going to do aspect of the wolf.
Okay.
And do either of you have any survival at all?
No,
I got a ton of survival. I'm a survivalist.
So that's a no.
What do you? If I felt like it was a scale, if I could put a number to it, what do you want?
Well, I can give either of you it as well too.
We're both gonna wolf out.
You both are?
No, you know what?
Can we check? Can we make sure no one's around here?
That's
Can
right.
we
No, I'm
perceive
kidding.
first?
I'm the
and-
only one wolfing out.
Is there someone in the house?
Aspect of the wolf.
Make a perception check.
Hold on. Before you start wolfing.
I mean, he already did declare that the snout was out, so.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Snout
He even
out.
he even
Snout
made the
out.
motion.
Snout is out. Get some
21.
my ears get a little
21.
pointy.
You're like, hold on here. I'll check and see if anybody's in the house. And you look
And he's
back,
like,
and Kimbleton's
"Oh."
already like, he's like chewing on a bone and scratching at the floor. He lifts his leg and pees on the door frame. Like it's a whole thing.
Your nose.
Puppy Kimbleton.
But you don't hear anybody in the house. You don't think there's anybody in the house. You don't think anybody is around to see this. You're not so sure about outside, whether you could. You're not sure how far you could get really unnoticed, but at least inside, there's nobody.
Papa Kim.
Hey boy, what do you smell?
So I'm gonna use scent.
Okay.
Ability.
Make a survival check.
Silent H has cheered 100 bits to have Kimbleton wolf out right in the middle of town.
It's a bold strategy.
We'll do that later.
The
Rock
torch and
out,
pitchfork.
snout out. Alright, you said a survival?
Survive.
Yeah, it's a 30.
30 or 13?
30.
30.
30.
Okay.
30.
30. You smell a lot of things. There is no creature aside from the ones that you see within 30 feet of you. You detect, and the rest of it is like this like muddled mass. You have to focus, you like concentrate for a while. I mean, this is like opening up this sight into a world you never like. It's like you can smell you can sense these things, but you have no background, you have no experience with it. It's like it's almost overwhelming to you, and you are trying your best to try to sift through all of this new information that you're getting, and it takes you a good 10-15 minutes before you are able to sort of distinguish, like, okay, there were people here, and then there are the others, the wolves, and you can smell them, and you can distinguish those two base scents, but in terms of like how many people and which specifically, like you would need a lot of time and like practice with this to like pick out a particular human scent and then follow it. Like even just discerning between the two types of creatures is difficult, having never really lived like this before. But you distinguish the two scents, yes.
What do you got?
I'll tell you, I've never done it. Distinguishing werewolves or anything such as that. I mean, unless we tried maybe go in the house, I could see if there's anything inside that can be more.
Wait, aren't we in the house?
No.
No, we were outside.
Oh, we never went in the house?
No. Are there
You
any
guys did go
windows?
in the house.
No, we went in the house.
Yeah, you guys went in the
We're in
house.
the house.
Oh.
We did what? Oh, because
Yes,
you
you
checked
guys-
to see if there
yeah.
was anybody inside.
So, can we
Explore the rooms.
check the rooms and see if we could maybe?
Yeah.
Why don't we check the rooms and see if we could find where we think the one person stayed? And I don't know, smell his bed sheets or something. Why don't you sniff some drawers?
Oh.
Got a lot of bad looks from the side here. Imp in my head says Scoobleton.
So, trying to determine which room in the house would belong to a specific person. Why don't you make whoever's investigating, make a sense motive check.
And
I know
while
it's
you're doing
kinda-
that, our brand new friend from Singapore, Matt GJ, has just cheered 100 bits.
Yeah!
GJ!
Now the conversion from Singapore bits to US bits, that's like $100, right?
I have an 18. Did you roll?
The 14.
14, and you
15,
said an
sorry.
18.
18. Krag, did you attempt?
I mean, I didn't, but sure.
Going.
What is it going to be? What am I adding?
Sense motive.
I don't think that's a good thing. That's charisma, right?
No, it's wisdom based.
Oh. 19.
19. Okay. You guys spent about another 20 minutes in the house going through everything, and you think that you can determine which of the rooms belonged to this missing older boy.
From the pornography pamphlets.
Yes, you
we
find
found tucked under the mattress.
You find like a couple wood slats with lewd carvings in them that indicate this must be where he lives.
What?
He's having a great birthday. Leave him
Sometimes the jokes
views
hit,
and
and
opinions
sometimes...
of Krag
Totally
are
do
not
it.
representative of the views and opinions of the show or channel.
Or anyone of good taste.
Anyone else?
It's Lucas Martinez.
Jim's smiling.
Wow, I'm surprised these guys calmed down a potential riot, saved some crated up dogs, picked a fight with a magic deer, got poisoned, and not once did they discuss having breakfast first.
Even my head
That's
says
true.
ironic that Ashley's wearing purple since Lyra is pretty much a raisin right now.
Yikes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in for life cheering 1,000 bits.
It was for my joke.
No, just wanted to overtake Farash. So Farash is no longer the leader of the
God.
channel
He
for
took-
the week.
So someone else is gonna give a Lyra reroll?
No,
Lyra
that's-
needs rerolls. No.
So
Constitution?
we
Yeah,
figured
right.
it out because of the scrolls we found.
Great.
No.
Yes.
With the...
You found out which one most likely belonged to a young man.
So.
It's a lot that we don't know about Krag.
Lyra can cast black light.
And good night, everyone.
I took it.
That's not what trains sound like, is it?
That's not a train sound.
Your train sounds like that.
The crazy train.
Oh my god.
All right, bringing it back.
So, could you find this person? Is this?
I mean, I
I think this is his room. Look at these. What do you think?
that's definitely his. Yes. Yeah.
They're all stuck together.
Oh God! Move past it.
I'm not
going
going
to.
to. You can't make me.
I mean,
on their own.
And on that note,
She's just ready to stab everybody.
She's just her disapprovement.
Well, at least that woke me up.
So what do you do? What do you do next? What's plan B? You found
Plan
it.
B, I want to look around the room.
Is he able to?
Okay.
Is he able to single it down to one person or no? Same thing we said
I mean,
before?
in this room, yeah, but once you like go out where everything gets like, yeah, it's like tracking by scent. For somebody who has never really done that before, it becomes very quickly overwhelming, just in the house. And you imagine once you get outside and start adding all of the other factors, like you don't feel like this is he's not automatically a bloodhound because he can gain the scent ability.
Ironwood everywhere. We had jokes that missed the mark. It's kind of a dead end. So why don't we head back and call it a... Why don't we eat some food?
Can
Let's
I
go head
look
back
around
and
the
eat...
room real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there anything else?
Perceive.
14 plus 12.
14 plus
26,
12. You find a...
No
sports. You open up.
Everyone make a
There's
save.
spores.
Lyra dies.
Everyone.
She's
And
not
Lyra,
there, but
across
Lyra
town,
dies.
inhales one of the spores.
That is
Takes
just how I
3
decide
points
to
of
play the
Constitution
game.
You are looking around the room. You find under his pillow, like in the in the pillowcase, you find like a pocket portrait, and you pull it out, and it's like closed. You open it,
Pocket
and
portrait.
there is a small painting of a young woman inside, and she is fully clothed, and it's totally above board, and it's not weird or gross at all. We can move past our previous mistakes. It is totally normal.
Does it look like someone we've met in town?
No, it doesn't look like anybody that you recognize. I mean, Roland, no, you don't recognize this woman at all.
Okay. I'll keep it for now. I mean, I'll tell them that I found this
Okay.
pocket,
Sure.
basically.
Yeah, maybe we can ask anyone else in town if they've seen someone like that.
Yeah.
So, while they are out, and Lady Lyra is just unconscious, I'm assuming
Yes.
I have some sort of sponge and some just, dabbing water on her forehead. And she's so angry at me already.
She's upset. I can see it.
I don't know if I trust. I'm worried.
So she's
that's why we left you alone with the person who doesn't want to take his
Doesn't
armor
like
off.
me.
So she's laying there, and I'm dabbing the water on her forehead, and all of the sudden her bottom jaw, it just starts to grow
You can't see that.
and get longer and longer, and her teeth start popping out from
You
this.
can't do this to me.
And I jump back and I kick over a stool and I draw out my sword and it. She's normal. Just shakes it loose out of his head.
You guys better get back to that inn. I swear.
Drops the sword and leaves it on the ground and just picks up the stool and sets it up against a wall in a corner and sits there.
He's a werewolf.
You're sitting there contemplating what just happened and what it might mean and how you're going to keep it together when you hear outside the door
Don't want to die.
the voices of your returning companions.
Ah.
You're not gonna die. We're back.
She's so stressed out.
So quickly, how's she faring?
She's doing good. She's doing well. She's doing great. She's doing good.
You all right?
You're sweating.
Of course. Am I?
Is it hot in here?
Yeah, and you're nervous.
Very, very hot. It's very hot in here. I think we should open a window or something.
I think all the windows are open and the window's open.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The window's open. Perhaps that's the reason why it's hot. Maybe we should close the windows.
That's logic right there.
I go and I pick up my sword and I sheath it and
When's the last time you took your armor off? buddy?
Last night.
He's gonna beat me on this.
I was sitting on a 1. I really wanted it to sit on that 1. Technically, it's against all of you. So
sense motive.
So are we all do sense motive?
While they're figuring out,
I rolled the natural 1.
Yes.
while they're figuring out who's lying,
I got-
Star has resubscribed for 11 months.
Oh,
Thank you for sticking with us, Star.
Yeah, thank you. I got to 21. for
Wait,
sense
I
motive.
mean, bluff checks aside, I mean, it's very obvious that's not true. It's just there are other indications that he has not been out of that armor for a long time.
Sir Quigley, you've been telling everyone not to be scared the whole time we've been here, and you have done exactly the opposite of that.
I'm not afraid. I'm not scared.
Did something happen, really bad happen to you when you were up around here last, when you came across all these werewolves?
We did what we always do. We sliced and we were heroic.
You're not telling us everything.
We need a bit of rest.
Why don't you take off your armor? Yep.
Lucas Martinez says so much canned farts in that armor. Just saying.
So bad.
No, I think
If you
it's
got out
smart.
your armor and had a good night's sleep, I think you'd probably finally feel rested and feel better.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just I'll go to my room then.
I thought you had to. That's fine.
So I will go to my room and
Okay.
don't take off my armor.
Okay.
And I lay in bed and I don't sleep.
You don't.
But that historian says he sprays himself with the new Axe body spray, Midnight Moon, and tells the party he's fine.
I'm fine.
If I smell,
Febrezes his armor.
Oh, you can smell as the axe.
No.
Okay. So you guys rest overnight. Kimbleton, if you're going to provide care, then you're going to be doing that. You guys all awaken the next morning.
After a hearty dinner.
After a hearty dinner, you go, of course. You have breakfast. You have the meals appropriate to your survival.
Do you want me to do what I did last time I slept?
You said you took off your armor. Is that true or that's a lie? Did you lie to me?
No.
Oh.
He said, I think it'd be a good idea. And
Yeah.
I said, yes, I agree with you.
Gotcha.
And then I didn't.
Okay. Then yeah, when you wake up the next morning, it's gonna be fortitude save time. I mean, you were fatigued. I mean, at this point with 2 straight days, yeah, you're just gonna be exhausted the next
Jam,
day.
it's not been too. It's been.
Oh yeah, it's been.
many
Yeah.
days.
So I would say you're definitely in the exhaustion phase.
Cool.
Yes.
So with exhausted, you are very tired. You move at half speed. You cannot run or charge. Take a -6 penalty to strength and dex. And 1 hour of complete rest. You become fatigued instead. I can get 1 hour of rest.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know exactly how it works because I know that. So when you sleep overnight, you become fatigued. When you are fatigued, if you do something that would cause you to become fatigued, you become exhausted. So you would the next morning wake up and be exhausted, but you could take an extra hour to become fatigued. It's like a weird. That's weird.
I'll take the exhausted.
He'd be exhausted. He's been sleeping.
he doesn't fall asleep in his
Yeah, he
porridge.
invented this to himself.
Well, the thing is, like, it doesn't matter whether you sleep or not. Like, if you sleep in heavy armor, you automatically like progress down that track. So, like, sleeping, like, he essentially would have to take off his armor and like get bed rest in order to remove those conditions, or magically removing them in some way, because there are magical ways to just get rid of exhaustion, which Lyra might be able to help him with, but I don't know.
Speaking of how's she looking? How's she doing?
Pretty bad the next morning. I mean, the next morning, if you guys intend to take the whole day, then she will get a total of 4 points back. If you guys are just going to go overnight, then she's going to get the 2. But you can in the morning wait. Like you can use lesser restorate. Like you can use your magic to give yourself back the points.
I know, but I haven't been rolling well, so it would take all of my lesser restoration to give me back up.
We're probably not going anywhere else.
Yeah,
We're not going
I would say heal yourself.
Is there some moment when she's just like unconscious in bed, so Krag's the one that's watching over her?
And what?
I know.
Yeah, and what?
Keep going.
I see her lower jaw start to grow and the teeth come out.
I'm just wondering if you
those wood carvings.
I didn't take those scroll.
All right. Well, if they can't do anything, yeah, I'll wake up,
Yeah,
give
I'll
myself
start.
2, and start trying to do it. That just means that I won't have that many if we like end up going and getting bit by something else.
We're gonna take a day. It's your day.
You're gonna take a day. Let some more people get slaughtered in town, and then worry about yourselves. You know.
We gotta save ourselves.
Hey, you gotta
This is a
be
me
more
world.
concerned with yourself than the helpless
It's a me
townspeople
world,
that
Jim.
you have sworn to protect.
So, Krag, I think you're in the room with us.
Oh, okay, cool.
Good.
So I used lesser restoration, and I got a 4.
Alex, where are you at?
Okay.
I'm gonna do another one.
Okay.
Is she looking better?
Oh yeah, when
Doesn't
she
look like
after
And
administering.
I'm back. I got a 3.
After administering magic to herself, she's looking quite a lot better.
Like,
her skin
all the way
returns. Her skin
feeling? You look
returns
so
to its
much
normal
better.
color.
That was awful.
She looks
It
much
was-
healthier.
I thought I was gonna die again.
It was pretty awful.
I want to go and knock
The
on
smell was
Quigley's
probably the worst
door.
part.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It still is. That stuff lingers.
I get some of that moon that their ex body spray.
So he goes to get
Oh.
me up, and I'm not there.
Okay, where have you gone?
Gone?
Yeah.
Stealthily, he got out in his
Where are you
full plate
going?
armor.
In the middle of the night.
Fatigued.
Exhausted.
Half speed, very silent.
Past Alex and Kimbleton and Krag.
We just thought someone was forging weapons.
Yep. So, yeah.
Right?
Did you roll your stealth check? I'm just curious.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
You?
It's against him.
Where did you want to
no,
go?
Marcus. I want to be in the stables.
Okay, that's fine. You can be in the stables.
Thank you.
It's not that.
We can hide us.
This town has stables?
Yeah, in fact, that was offered when it was an issue where he might not be able to pay. The
Oh,
stables were
right,
offered up as a way
right.
to, yes.
I remember now.
Nice. I'm 10 gold pieces for him, but that's okay. Trying to be nice.
No, I did that for him the night before.
So are we all together in the morning?
Well, did you come in and check on her? Yeah, we're.
And you go to check in on Quigley, and he's just not there. He's gone.
Hey.
Do you guys think?
I,
You think
do you
he's a
think
werewolf?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Why do you think that, Lady Alex?
He doesn't want to take his armor off. He's sweating. He was really nervous.
There's
He
one
doesn't
thing I
seem
know about
scared.
werewolves
Like,
is they
he's
don't
just-
ever take their armor off.
What?
No, but
Yeah, but he's hiding something.
but remember when he cut himself with a silver weapon and didn't do anything and
And when the werewolves came that one night, he didn't turn into it. We were all
Yeah,
watching.
he was with
How
us.
long though
Remember?
does it take for you to turn into a werewolf? If you get bit right away, how long does that take?
If only somebody had knowledge arcana.
Put all your hands down.
I really wish that everybody could see what we just saw, though.
Everyone
I'm gonna
can.
channel my dwarven brethren.
I mean, I even think Brian raised his hand. Oh, Brian, I got knowledge arcana of the wazoo.
I didn't want to be left out.
Did the golden stag have knowledge arcana?
I'm sure it did.
Absolutely.
Can we phone a friend, Jim?
Ask
What are you worried about? Lord Marcus is in the room. He's there.
Oh, so you're
He's
back?
going crazy.
He's just doing that thing where he knows the answer, but he won't tell anybody because he gets a kick out of it, you know?
Wait! I have an idea.
Alright.
Turn into that wolf thing and let's track where he went.
We could track him without me turning into a wolf.
Oh, okay, let's go.
He's
Let's
right
just,
there.
We can
Let's
smell
go
him.
then.
We can smell his stink.
Let's go. Let's go find him.
Let's go find him so we can smell him.
Well, you know he's not going to get very far. He's obviously exhausted. Where else would Quigley's not incredibly stupid. Where else? That's why I said not incredibly.
Can we? Why don't we go down and ask if anyone's seen him leave or?
Right.
Yeah.
You're feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling much better, thanks.
We'll go downstairs, ask around if anyone saw or heard a clinky
Okay.
in the middle of the stairs.
Scarface.
Nobody knows where Clinky Clanky is. Nobody's seen him all day. So you go outside to look for him. You can see out over the center of town. You see the gibbet where Geralt is still hanging. And he's sitting in there. But you also see there's a lot of people around there. And they all seem to be gathered around a man who has these like brown and orange robes on. And he's standing in front of this crowd. He's actually up on the gallows stage. And he is sort of addressing the crowd. And he says, "Brothers and sisters, the beasts are upon us. And they are a terrible sign. A sign of our sins. A sign of our unworthiness in the eyes of Yamankar. He has sent these agents of our destruction to tear us asunder and cast our wretched bodies into the earth. We must repent! We must repent!" And the people around him are nodding, and some even raising their hands and muttering prayers. "We must find the tainted among ourselves and cast them into the flames!" And when he says this, the prayers stop. And people begin to look around very nervously. And you can see that this suggestion might have gone a little too far for them. But even more disturbingly, you can see the wheels turning in their heads, and they are teetering on the edge of a decision. "We have known for years now who among us have bathed and glorified in their sin. This is our punishment for tolerating their perverse indulgences. Our punishment will continue until we excise the evil from our midst. Mark my words. Mark my words."
So, is this adjacent to the stable?
I mean, like, the stables are somewhere nearby.
Because I'm actually pretty certain that I'm awake before they are.
Sure, yeah.
And so I think that they would probably see me in the crowd.
Okay, sure. That makes sense. I get you. I got you.
See the...
Yeah, you see a gleaming, and you see the stink lines rising up out of the crowd.
Is there the...
There's a circle, there's like a bubble of
peanuts
people.
with the pig pen?
Yeah.
There's like that...
Dust cloud that just goes
cloud
everywhere.
that follows
Yeah.
him.
You see the quiggly dust cloud? Yeah, absolutely. What do you guys do? Anything?
Does he have a blankie on his shoulder?
Walk over quickly.
Yeah, we walk over to him and say,
Why are you in this group?
What's going on?
Sorry, I think we have to stop this.
What's happening?
This man is speaking insanities. Excuse me.
Yes?
Yes. Sorry, what was that god you were talking about?
Yamankar.
Yamankar.
The stern father who watches over all of us.
Okay, you have to slow
and
down.
disapproves of our sin.
That's Dorian.
Make a knowledge religion check if you wish to know more.
Yes, I do.
You're so exhausted.
Yeah, no, it's
Can't even
true.
think.
It's true. It's just like the words are glazing over. And it's like, yes, of course. Kamenya. I know who that person is. Yes, absolutely.
His disapproving eye is upon our town. He has sent the beasts to punish us for our sins. We must root out the devil in our midst. We must, or we will continue to languish under his disapproving gaze.
Oh, see, now I agree with you that we must root out this evil and find it quickly. However, what you're talking about seems to be panic and fear. Is that what you're trying to do?
Absolutely not. I am making a calculated decision. A wise decision. We should start with this terrible sinner to my right. And he points towards the gibbet where Geralt is hanging. Geralt, who's been sort of watching all of this with sort of a sense of aloofness. Now he perks up and he looks at the man as if he's offended.
Well, hey, buddy.
Now, I will tell you that that people can change.
Into...
Yes, they can change, and we must stop this terrible curse.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the reformation of a soul. Well, when I'm certain that you've not always been this pious, wonderful person. I certainly myself have made mistakes. However, there's always room to grow and change and be better. Are you insinuating that we shouldn't give people a chance to be better?
Oh, the people I speak of have been given chances. They have been tolerated for so long. And we know who they are, don't we? And now you can actually see some people are like nodding and like agreeing with this man.
Who are they?
And we have indulged them for too long. We have given them every opportunity to join our civilized discourse.
What sins are we talking about? What specifically has he done that the rest of these people have?
This one, murder, I am certain, and laziness. Look at him. Has he ever done a hard day's work in his life?
He's
no.
in a cage, you idiot.
Yes, but that was because for a good reason. You unbeliever.
Well, all I know is that for evil to reign supreme and rule over everyone is all it takes is the good people to sit around and do nothing. And you know what?
And that is why we must act, brothers and sisters. We must take this into our own hands. We must do away with the sinners. We must tolerate them no longer.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that is what I am telling you. This man agrees. He knows. He understands.
Hold on. So are you telling me that you've never sinned before? Because you're like saying things like the sinners must die or whatever, but that would be like you too, right?
I do my best to live a pious life under
That's nice, but
by the stern father's rules. I live as most of us do. Yes, we do.
Okay. So
we
how
toil,
do you decipher
we work.
between sins then?
What?
How do you decipher between what sins are okay and what sins aren't?
There are the holy texts. Yes, I will begin to read. And he pulls out this.
Yes. No, this is great. This is great. Yes. No, keep reading. I'd love to hear it. And I sit there and I'm just like, go ahead, read from the beginning. I'm very interested.
I'm really glad we've gotten to this point because I definitely am ready to have a whole scripture laid out in great detail.
That story, you get ready.
I want to go to Lady Alex.
Oh my goodness, it's time for the episode to be over.
You started it.
So, because all this conversation is happening, I want to go to Lady Alex.
Yeah.
Can I have your invisibility potion?
Plan is in action.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of hide behind Alex, hide behind Krag, because I take it all this talking is creating quite a commotion and all.
Yeah. There's.
I'm gonna drink the potion.
Well, what?
You're welcome.
By a lot of commotion, yes, but it's not like this is not the gathering of the entire town. So I don't know exactly what it is that you're. I just want you to have a clear picture of what's going on. So you've got maybe like 20 people, but there is still like town business occurring in the like this hasn't stopped all of everything.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna just slink away up.
Okay, so you just want to make a stealth check. While everybody is distracted, we'll see. Maybe notices you're passing. 20?
Dirty.
You make your way away from the crowd with Alex's potion.
Right. I'm gonna drink it.
Right. You vanish from sight entirely.
And cast Aspect of the Wolf, and I'm gonna walk right back close to the crowd.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if any of those smells that I notice at the house.
Make a survival check.
The most important survival check
of your life.
Yes.
But it's alright, we're in town, so
nothing bad happens in town.
That is a...
Get that reroll.
No, I already use it. 14 plus 9, so 23.
Okay.
I could try.
You are standing there, and there's so many people, and it's so difficult. Like it's again that overwhelming wash. It's like all of this information. And Quigley. That's like another 20 people on top.
To distinguish that.
Easily distinguish Quigley. You're fairly confident you could track Quigley down, no problem.
From miles away.
Gross.
And as you're trying to sort of like mentally tune out the people and try to search under that and find something that seems odd or out of place, you do get a sort of primal ping as a particular animal odor strikes you. And you open your eyes and you're looking across the crowd at a very slender woman of maybe 19 years. And your eyes meet. And you're invisible, so you realize after a moment that like she and then she looks away, like she's not seeing you, but there's that like instinctual fear. And in that moment, you are certain that she is not merely human. And we will pick this up next week.
No, let's keep going.
For we have indeed reached 10 o'clock. Cutler attack! We will pick this up next week because we have reached the end of our time here for our second episode of the second season. Of course, that means that we do have a prize to give out, and all that means is I need Social to do a little work, find out how many shares we had, how many people are eligible to win the Halls of the Mountain King. Yes. It is 34 of them. 34 shares out there this week. Thank you guys very much. So who's going to roll this week? How about Lyra? Since I almost killed her, she was almost dead again. Let's have Lyra roll percentages.
Would you like to roll? It is your birthday.
It is your birthday.
It's my birthday?
Why don't you
It is Krag's birthday,
you
too.
roll. I rolled 64 anyway.
Next week when you go back.
That's like that's a big birthday present.
That's your present from Lady
Wait. I mean, does it count?
I count it, yeah.
31.
31. All right. Share number 31. You are going to be winning the Halls of the Mountain King. Again, that is a prize coming to us from Open Gaming Store. If you go to opengamingstore.com, you can find this and many other amazing RPG products, third party and Paizo official stuff. You can also go over to d20pfsrd.com if you want to look up any of the Pathfinder rules that you can think of to imagine. I use it every single episode. It's an amazing resource. Go check out those links. And we have a winner already. Social is working fast. It is Joey number 45. Joey 45.
Congrats!
That is the Twitter handle was @Joey_NO45. So, if you will get in touch with us in a direct message, either the @Dat Dragon Show or @EvilJimJam, or if you're on our Discord, send me a direct message on Discord. Wherever it is, just let us know where we can send this amazing prize. We will sign it and send it out to you as soon as we know where to do that. If you are a past winner, I do have a lot of like prizes even back from last year that no one claimed. So if you are a winner from some of our previous episodes, just let us know where to send your prizes.
I was winner
we will
of
send
a
them to
couple
you.
of those.
What's that?
I was a winner of a couple of those.
Oh, you were. I'll just give you all of your prizes then.
I got 3 of them.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what I know.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
I preemptively won all of the Dogmight.
Oh, just all of the Dogmight stuff?
In perpetuity.
Just, okay, yeah. Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how this works.
Yeah.
We're talking about Dogmight because, remember, we are doing, through the month of January, a Dogmight giveaway. Every single 500 bits that you share, or give to us, that you cheer, is going to get you an entry into the drawing that we will have at the beginning of February. Max 10 entries per person. So, and again, that runs so every bit that you are cheering through this month up to the 10 entry limit is working towards that goal, and we will be announcing a winner early February and sending it out as soon as we can. So, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to all of you who are new here. Thanks for checking us out. We hope to see you back next week. We do this every single Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time next week. And yeah, of course. And it is today is a very special that day because it's also Krag's birthday. So happy birthday, Krag!
Yes!
Big thank you
for all the
Brian,
birthday
for
wishes.
coming out once again. It's a great us with a beautiful
It
voice.
has been the highlight of my career.
That's fantastic to hear.
Sense motive.
All the video games, all the animation.
I got the
it's
10,
nothing.
it didn't work.
And we will see you guys next Friday night. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Good night.